from a desert base. Truth don't hide, it just waits for a face, for a face. Big footprints in a pine slick path. Bob Lazar files with a government laugh. Court dates lost in a sea of red tape. We ain't 10-4, we just stay awake. True crime tales in a borrowed voice. We speak for the silence, not by choice. Got boots on the dirt and eyes on the skies, digging up stories they hoped would die. Might, truth, and thunder, we don't back down. With a Bible in the glove box and boots on the ground. Aliens, lies, and backroom deals. We break that silence, 'cause the soul feels real. Military broadcast, midnight run, teaching vets how to speak what the war's done. From trigger pulls to microphone stands, from combat zones to healing hands. Public records, missing names, unsealed files, classified games. We chase what's buried, not what trends, and we pray for light at the truth's deep end. Might, truth, and thunder, we don't back down. With a Bible in the glove box and boots on the ground. Aliens, lies, and backroom deals. We break that silence, 'cause the soul feels real. Some chase fame, we chase the facts. Some fold quick, we read the tracks. It ain't paranoia if it's always been there, and we ain't scared to lay it bare. Into the storm. We ain't perfect, but we were made for this form.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Into the Weeds podcast here on Military Broadcast Radio. I'm Amber.
And I'm Alora.
And today we have Dustin Daly.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, we have Ashley, baby.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
We have Audacious Audrey.
Hi.
We have Nancy from the Toll Podcast.
Hello.
And we have 1980 Millennial Commentates.
And
Hey, y'all.
Yes.
Hey, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We have, I think we have a pretty interesting show, and it's actually just going to come all together. Everybody brought some stuff to share, and so I'm really interested to see what everybody's got. But one thing, I spent all day yesterday driving to Chillicothe, hanging out there for 4 hours in the prison, and then driving back, and I had a really great visit. My cousin is doing really well. Yeah, I mean, you would think that prison would be a downer, but it's actually a good thing for her. So
Hey, that's where she's thriving.
Exactly.
Some people do good in there,
Yeah.
Yeah, and she started, it took her 3 years to actually go to prison because the pandemic happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so she had already changed her life and everything before she even went to prison.
God.
So she's just vibing out of there. She's living the life, getting the gossip, stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. And I did send her all of your questions, and she will be getting some answers for us. So
Super fun. This is totally unrelated and nobody asked for this, so I just have to show off real quick. So I'm wearing a collar.
Is it pink?
My shirt says
yes, it's pink.
It's pink. And my shirt says what Gypsy was thinking as soon as she arrived in prison. Lesbians eat what? When she realized that she was in for the next 8 years, she freaked.
Wow, Carolina Girl has been a member for 6 months. Thank you, Carolina Girl.
Carolina Girl.
Thanks.
you sent us a few videos and stuff that we didn't get in our release. So thank you very
Yes.
much. We appreciate you being here. And we
Yes.
appreciate you sending that stuff to us.
And I haven't been able to go through everything yet, but yeah.
Did you earn your collar?
Did I earn? Well, you'll have to ask somebody else, not me.
Your white collar.
But I think I earned it very well.
As she said, those
Do you
master's
have-
number.
Do you have a royal color?
A royal collar? What color? Royal color.
I don't know. Gypsy never said.
I know.
I
I
always
forgot to
wanted the
look that
royal
up,
collar.
too.
Well, I feel pretty royal, so that's all that matters. Right?
I would think it would be
That's right.
purple, right?
Purple, yeah, purple collar. Someone asked if my master gave it to me. No, Hot Topic did.
Same thing.
Yeah,
So
right.
Anyway, let's get into all this stuff. Oh my
Okay,
God.
yeah. So I think what we'll begin with is Gypsy has decided to do a podcast, and we all kind of knew that that was coming because she talked about it in the prison emails with Melissa Moore. She talked about doing a podcast with Ryan, correct, Millennial?
Yes.
Also,
Yeah. In the emails, her and Ryan had a podcast plan, but
Yeah.
also just seems to be the natural progression of things in 2026.
Yeah, right.
Everyone and their mother King started podcast, literally.
Everyone and
With
their
my
mother.
So
So what we're going to do is we are going to listen to what Gypsy has to say about her life. And then I'm just going to read a statement because I'm the resident, I've been in ministry for over 20 years. My husband's a preacher, and I guess I should really comment on this. So I actually wrote something down so I would be better prepared. So we're just going to watch this first real quick.
New Year. So with the new year comes, of course, New Year's resolutions. So this year, my resolution is to honestly prioritize my family, really kind of hone in on the things that are important to me. And I really want to do some kind of group within our church. I think that would be really insightful and inspiring to kind of get me in the right direction with my faith. I feel like it's been such a journey for me trying to figure out like where my place is in the world. I've been out of prison for 2 years now, and I feel like I'm still kind of like finding myself and figuring out where I belong. What is my purpose? I think everybody feels that way at some point in their life, and I'm coming to the realization that I'm 34 years old, and I really just want to honestly just become that, like, I want to become that version of myself that I always envisioned for myself. So everyone knows that in the last 2 years I have been extremely messy on social media and just in my life in general. And so I've learned so much from 2024 and 2025 that, learning these life lessons that I never got to when I was a teen or early 20s. I'm only kind of figuring out that now, and I feel like I'm literally stumbling through my life. So finding my footing of where I belong, where I think that I would be most useful in life. I know I'm useful to my family, but it's kind of like, what is my bigger purpose in life? So definitely focusing on like trying to be less messy, being a good mom, like being the best version of myself for my daughter, raising her to be kind, compassionate, a child of God, like all of these things I have constantly on my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what does she mean she learned from being messy on the internet in 2024 and 2025? Because we've seen this girl being hella messy on the internet in 2013, 14, and
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Also, Gypsy wrote in her book that she had a MySpace account in 2010 before any of these Facebook accounts. So I imagine she was being messy on the internet then.
Right. And she
I would
acts
love
like
to
she
see
never
that.
was able to make mistakes and stuff like that. Like, girl, you definitely were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Your mom just hid it from people.
Mm-hmm. No, I
She would say
agree.
the same stuff in her videos back then. Like, I've made mistakes and I've learned so much. And then in her prison emails, I've made mistakes and I've learned so much. Like every other week. Well, that was in the past. I made mistakes and I learned so much from that mistake I made last week.
I did that 5 seconds ago. That was so
It
5
was so
seconds ago.
last 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. Okay, so like I said, I wrote this down so that I could be of sound mind while reading this because I always go off on a tangent. So thank you, Claire Power, for being a member or for gifting memberships.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. So as I told everybody before, I started this journey out because my cousin is in prison for 25 years in the same prison that Gypsy was in. So I started the journey in good faith with God. My cousin and I prayed for Gypsy, while she was incarcerated. We wanted her to get out and to live a healthy, peaceful, productive life. We sincerely hoped that God would reveal his presence to her in a way that led to real healing, truth, and transformation. But at a certain point, I began to look a little more closely, not out of malice or obsession, but because I believe God had given me the gift of discernment. Discernment is the ability to recognize fruit and to distinguish between godly behavior and behavior that is not of God. Scripture tells us to test things, to examine the fruit, and to be of sober mind. When patterns consistently do not align with humility, with honesty, repentance, or accountability, discernment requires that we pay attention. Ignoring that would not be grace, it would be negligence. What followed was not driven by a desire to tear anyone down. It unfolded over time through evidence, patterns, and behavior that could not be ignored once they were visible. I believe that process was God ordered. When something begins in prayer, God sometimes leads us into truth and responsibility, not comfort. I believe in redemption. I believe God is merciful and capable of reaching deeply broken people. But redemption is a process, and it does not automatically mean someone is healed, safe, or ready to lead. Over 8.5 years of incarceration with consistent access to phone calls and email, what we have observed since we've gotten everything was not growth or repentance over time, but ongoing patterns of lying, manipulation, and triangulation. Those patterns did not stop. And now, 2 years after her release, we are seeing public behavior that promotes hostility and bullying towards people who question her story. And there's ample evidence of that online. I do not bully her. We talk about the case, okay? We talk about documented evidence, contradictions, and public behavior. Questioning a public narrative is not hate. Disagreement is not persecution. What concerns me most is not disagreement, it's that the scrutiny is being reframed as victimhood, and questioning is being met with retaliation. That is not what healing looks like. And this is where my faith matters deeply. Scripture teaches us that God invites us to lay our burdens at his feet. But Scripture never says we can lay down our responsibility. God carries our grief, our shame, and our despair. He does not carry our accountability. Grace is not the absence of consequences, and healing is not the erasure of truth. I agree that no one owes the public access to their private life. Privacy matters. But when someone chooses to live publicly, shape a public narrative, influence others, or step into leadership, accountability follows. Saying this isn't my burden to bear may imply to private guilt, but it does not apply to public actions, public narratives, and public harm. Scripture is also clear that not everyone should rush into teaching or leadership. Teachers are held to be a higher standard. We are told that those who teach will be judged more strictly, that much is required of those who are given influence, and that each of us will ultimately give an account to God. Leadership in the church is not a reward, a platform, or a form of self-healing. It is a responsibility. The Bible describes leaders as people who are above reproach, self-controlled, grounded in truth, able to teach sound doctrine, and careful not to dominate or harm others. Leaders are called to be examples, and examples are accountable for the fruit they produce. Scripture also teaches that leadership begins with service, real service, not visibility, not recognition, not platforms. Jesus made it clear that true service is often hidden. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. And the truth is, real ministry is usually a thankless service. It's done without applause, without recognition, and often without anyone knowing the sacrifice involved. If someone needs affirmation, attention, or public validation in order to serve, that is not ministry, because ministry more often than not costs more than it gives back. Real leadership isn't loud. It doesn't demand attention or validation. It doesn't require applause. It shows up quietly, consistently, and humbly, often without anyone watching. So when someone wants influence before service, or authority before humility, or a platform before fruit, that's not how biblical leadership works. In God's economy, leadership is built in the unseen places over time with accountability and restraint. Wanting to lead before that fruit is evident is not a sign of calling. Very often it is a sign that a deeper work is still needed. I can pray for someone, I can hope for their redemption, and I can believe God is still at work, and still say in love that someone is not ready to teach, not ready to lead, and not ready to hold influence over others. Grace does not require denial. Faith does not require silence. And protecting people, especially the vulnerable, is part of what it means to love well. Talking about a case is not attacking a person. Holding someone accountable for their public actions is not cruelty. It's responsibility. And I believe God honors truth, humility, quiet service, and accountability far more than popularity and platforms. So that is what I have to say. There's a whole lot more I could say, but that was nice and neat.
I'm thinking
I thought it was great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Facts. I mean, yeah, she's bastardizing everything that you believe and that a lot of other people believe. And I feel like we've all seen, especially within the last couple of years, a lot of people that like to latch on different religions and be like, this is my niche. This is what I believe. Please forgive me and absolve me of all sin.
And she's already said in that one post basically why she's doing it, because it will be inspiring. You know, she thinks going to church and doing this transformation and people seeing her will be inspiring. That's the only reason she's doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
She said
It's
it.
a new grift. It feels like it's just another manipulation tactic to reel more people in that may not be aware of everything that's happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What it seems like.
We are in a time at the moment where things are a lot more conservative in the US, and she's just kind of latching onto that. She's like, oh, well, a lot of people buy into this shit. Let me get on top of it. And we know
No,
you're
she
watching
completely
Gypsy
did.
Girl.
Well, and I've said multiple times before, a lot of people that go to prison latch on to religion as a way to get people to forgive them. But also, I always say this, my dad taught me this saying, going to church on Sunday does not make you any more of a Christian than standing in a garage makes you a car.
Yeah.
That part.
That's very true.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
there are
I agree.
There are
Go
a few people confused in chat who came in the middle of that. This was Amber's personal statement as a Christian, because she's the one on panel who speaks about her Christianity and about her ministry,
Yeah.
and makes that part of her platform. She wanted to give her personal statement on how she felt about Gypsy's introduction to podcasting, and she wants to do a group in her church.
Yeah, having doing leading a group and being part of a group are two totally different things.
She didn't sound like she was saying she wanted to join a group, which, you know, what, join a group, that's fine, do your thing, but
don't lead a group. No.
Mm-hmm.
And any church that would allow her to do that, I'm just going to say right now, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Being negligent. Negligent.
you are the
no.
reason why churches should be taxed.
Nicole, I am not a pastor, but I did go to church. I did go to school for children's ministry.
My daddy's a pastor, and
he's a preacher.
A preacher. I'm a stereotypical preacher's daughter.
I was about to say that explains the collar we showed up with.
Yeah.
Lesbian.
So I've been in ministry for like over 20 years, and you know, this is how my daughter turned out. So.
But I feel like I turned out all right.
You did.
I turned out fine. I'm just a
She's
little bit
fun.
Yeah.
very fun.
Great.
She's all good.
Thank you, funerary.
She's not a white color girl. She's a pink color girl. She's good.
I'm a pink color.
Yeah. She's a good girl.
Yeah, I just wanted to read that because, you know, Gypsy's going hard at being a Christian right now, and I thought it was so funny. Millennials like, she's going to be a preacher next. I was like, no, she won't.
She's been saying that
she
forever.
Sure did.
That's what everyone does, though. They're like, okay, then forgive everybody, then forgive me.
Yeah, and we know that Gypsy, while she was in prison, and I'm not saying you can't change, but while she was in prison, she was Wiccan.
Yep.
And we have videos of her calling herself and her mom and her grandmother witches.
Which go off, sis, but that's not Christian.
Yeah, that's not
It
Christian.
It was hilarious to me as I was reading her emails, her prison emails, when she started talking about being Wiccan. Her Wiccan declaration lasted, I think, about 6 months. And whenever I read the first few, people in my comments who know about Wicca were like, when is she going to get to like the rule of 3? Like, you know, whatever you do returns back to you threefold. How's she going to handle that? So I started searching her emails for that. Never found a thing about it, but about 6 months in, where she ordered all these books and stuff, she was like, actually, I don't think this is for me, and switched back to Christian. I think she come across the rule of 3, where Wiccans believe that whatever you do and put out returns to you threefold, and was like, I don't want 17 times 3 in my back.
And she said, let's avoid accountability at all costs.
Oh,
shit.
God. Yeah,
wanted
Dustin,
that.
you're a lot more new to this whole little circle. Do you have any thoughts about all of this?
I just think that it's really to me, this showcases perfectly what kind of person she is, because you can't just switch. Like, there's people that dedicate their whole lives to religion. Okay, I grew up in a home, my dad was a pastor and all of that. Like, it's normal to like explore and look into other things and maybe be interested, but just to say that you switched that quickly, it's not possible. It just everything points to manipulation for Gypsy. The best way she can like connect with new people and bring people in is to show a new side of herself, even if it's not a new side. It's just a new manipulation tactic. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a new area to grift in.
And it's what I've seen the easiest area to grift in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to throw accusations left or right, but there's a lot of people that are famous right now for being Christian that I wouldn't say are Christian, and that's none of my business.
Yeah.
Well,
She's
like
gonna be the
Amber
next
said.
Peter Popoff. She's going to be selling water and blowing. I'm going to get rid of COVID. That's going to be Gypsy Rose.
Who's
How
that
long-
chick? Brittany something, and she was like a fitness influencer, and then she was a Christian influencer. Somebody was like referring to Gypsy as like
Brittany Dawn.
Brittany
Yes.
Dawn. Was it you that said that? Was it you that said that? I saw it in some
She
video.
was baptizing people in a hog trough and selling like some course about something. I don't know. She got in trouble
why.
for selling exercise plans, and then she turned to God.
I
okay.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw somebody refer to her or Gypsy as the new Brittany Dawn, and I can't remember if it was you or somebody else, but damn it, that made me laugh. Yep.
That fits. It tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long
Well,
does
like-
this era last?
Do what?
How long does this era last? How long you guys give this?
Until
weeks.
She loves to preach.
A couple weeks.
She
Yeah.
does actually, millennial. She does
Same.
love to preach.
Yeah, like when Amber and I got the email file and started going over it, I was like, shit, she like no matter what the context is, if she's cosplaying a therapist to her dad about his affairs or like whatever the context is, she loves to preach and tell people how to live their lives.
Mhm.
And that's when I started saying, oh shit, she's gonna go preacher. Like religion is gonna be her next script, like Amber said. So this particular era might not last long, but in some way she will always continue trying to tell everybody what to do, which is so weird considering her position.
Mhm.
Somebody said it
I
was
agree
Radio
with
Pro
that.
said that. I think so. But yes.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, that's all I had to say.
I just had something pop in my head, but that tracks because if you look back at all the Facebook stuff she was posting back in the day, she loved to tell people about themselves.
Mhm.
She loved to
Yeah.
have an opinion and tell people what to do and all of that.
She's like
She acts
a
like she's the
guru.
moral
Never changed.
I'm
Mhm.
telling you, Dustin, look into the emails. 1980 has a lot of emails on, or a lot of
Oh,
emails,
I'm gonna.
videos on it, and there's so much of her like telling you exactly like this is what this means, and this is how you're supposed to live your life. And I'm just so knowledgeable, even though I grew up sheltered and know nothing about the world. Like,
That's
it's like,
the
are
whole
you
thing.
sheltered and know nothing about the world, or are you the expert on all? You
Mhm.
decide.
And then after
She's the
she does
moral
it, she'll
authority.
email someone else and brag about it and be like, wow, I just counseled blah, blah, blah. And look at me knowing what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, another thing I noticed in her post is when she says something about finding her bigger purpose. Gypsy is constantly searching for a bigger purpose that she's never gonna find. She's even had this kid, and she's like, "Oh no, I know I'm a mom. Like she's not gonna find it. She's a podcaster. She's turned Christian. She's done freaking books, interviews, been a reality TV star. She kind of, I don't know how to explain this, but it's almost like she feels empty the same way she feels dirty and constantly gets baptized.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
she craves
Yeah.
holy water. She craves the cleansing of
Yeah,
her crap.
she feels empty to some
She wrote
extent.
that in her book.
Yeah, it's weird. It's crazy, but I think that's what she's going to continue to do is just keep searching and searching because she's living a lie.
Mhm.
Your life's
Well,
based on a lie.
She's
And-
busy cosplaying whoever she's close to, so her identity's always changing.
Yep.
She has no true identity.
Well, and the funny thing is Millennial and I, we talk about Meghan Markle, and to me, when I see Gypsy in this whole setup, it's Meghan Markle with the beige, the podcast with copywriting her name. Are we going to have an as ever line or
Monotone mouth noises.
yeah, a cooking show? What's coming next? But
Next script.
honestly, I mean, I was into Meghan Markle. I really liked her and paid attention to all that stuff, and then saw the craziness that she is, and then came over here to Gypsy, and I was like, what, do they have the same damn PR manager or something? What's going on?
Well, Gypsy's current manager is Brie, I think. So
Who the heck
But no,
knows?
she said she has no manager.
she
Yeah.
has no manager.
Well, she said that after Brie got arrested for mathematics.
I'm sure she's getting booked for so much to have a manager.
What happened
Let's
to
be honest.
Just as much as I am.
Well,
What happened to Scamfield?
don't know.
Dustin, you made the tongue face whenever we talked about Gypsy's mouth noises. I got to tell you, she's proud of those.
Mhm.
Those
She
won't
did.
ever be taken away. She's proud of those. In her emails, hang on, I did a search earlier. At least 5 times, because the search is a little wonky. It doesn't always catch everything. She wrote out "clicks tongue" in her emails
She
because like
literally
that,
did.
like she's very proud of it. Like it's
Yeah.
intentional. It won't go away.
This is totally unrelated, but right here, Shauna Mermaid, love her. She's my old roommate's or stepmom, and she always sends me your videos, Dustin. So she was excited when I said you're coming on. So
I know that name.
Shauna, she probably has commented on your shit. She is just like that bitch. I love her though. Love her. Love
I
her.
know that name.
I had to throw that out there. Since I saw she commented. Love you, Shauna. Mwah, mwah, miss you. Invite me to your wedding.
Okay, so that was all I really had prepared for my section at the moment. But yeah. So does anybody want to get into what do you want to get into next?
Yeah, we have some things.
We have Nancy's interview. A couple of.
I'm anxious to hear Nancy's clips.
Yeah, Nancy, would you be okay with sharing?
Yeah,
your
can you
things
tell
now?
us about what we've got?
And everyone keep in mind that Nancy was here from the beginning. She was one of the interviewers, the reporters that were in the room whenever all of this Gypsy Rose stuff came out.
At the initial press conference, asking questions.
She was there. She was boots
And
on.
she currently lives in Springfield.
Yes.
She currently lives in Springfield. And follow the Toll podcast, damn it.
Yes.
Anyway.
The Toll podcast, season 2. So yes, I was a news anchor, breaking news reporter, storm chaser here in Springfield during the Gypsy Rose time. Also, I worked at that station for 26 years. So it really embedded in the community. So I put a Gypsy Rose video on TikTok, and a woman named Dominique Gabriella commented that she was a neighbor and had a little story there. So I reached out to her and I said, would you talk to me? And she said yes. And she's never talked to the media before. She had a son who was friends with Gypsy. Everything got crazy. She had things to tend to on that end, and nothing about what was happening in the media and what was being said. Her brain just couldn't relate to that. So she kind of pulled back from all the coverage, and she's never talked to anybody. So this isn't exclusive. So Dominique Gabriella, I went on Sunday and we sat down for over 2 hours and talked. And I have three sound bites that I gave you.
Yes.
And so let's start with the first one. She's talking about, and I'm putting a podcast together for this. So this will be a story within the Toll podcast you'll be able to find. I don't have it done. These things take a little bit to produce, but I did pull these cuts and I'll share them here. This is her seeing Gypsy outside about 2 months before the murder happened.
Okay.
I think it was 2 months before everything happened. I did see Gypsy outside.
And do you have those, Amber?
Oh, can you not hear it?
No, sorry.
That's weird. Why did it not play?
I was like, is she depending on me?
I could hear it, but it was really low.
Tell us if you can hear this, and then we'll try and figure something else after that.
And
can you hear it?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay.
I could hear it.
I could hear it too.
Oh, everybody else could hear it. Okay.
Come on, Nancy, get it together. No, I'm just playing. Okay, we're gonna play it we're gonna play it again, and Nancy can hear it or not, or
okay. Well, I'm wondering why it's not coming up to where I can rewind it.
She just
hit the 3 dots on the side.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just renames or deletes.
My dad just came in and said he could hear it.
Oh,
Nancy, hush.
Okay.
It's okay, sweetheart.
I can hear it.
Just press play, and it'll play what it can play.
Okay. Here we go.
something was up. Obviously something was up, and I was taking a walk, and she did not realize that I was there. But because I startled her when I said, "Hey, Gypsy, are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh, yes, honey, I'm fine. Yeah, everything's fine." And then she turned around and wheeled back up and went to her house, inside her house. And yeah, I mean, it was very strange. But my son, who I don't even remember how old he was at the time. He was young. He was probably 11 or 12. He's 26 now. But he even's like, "Mom, is everything okay with it?" I'm like, "I think so." I think it was 2 months before everything happened. I did see Gypsy outside, and she looked very depressed. She just, something was up. Obviously something was up, and I was taking a walk, and she did not realize that I was there. But because I startled her when I said, "Hey, Gypsy, are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh, yes, honey, I'm fine. Yeah, everything's fine." And then she turned around and wheeled back up and went to her house, inside her house. And yeah, I mean, it was very strange. But my son, who I don't even remember how old he was at the time. He was young. He was probably 11 or 12. He's 26 now. But he even was like, "Mom, is everything okay with it?" I'm like, "I think so." I think it was too much.
I think that was the first clip. It's really weird.
So can I comment on that clip really fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was going through the forensics on the computers, and you can see what is Dee Dee's from her computer and everything. And between April 23rd and May 19th, so a little over a month before the crime, she was Googling shelters for kids, 5 drugs your kids steal from you, what to do when your kids take your medicine, Greene County Police Department. So it sounds like she may have known her mom had found that, and this neighbor just kind of walked up on her while she was processing it.
Well, if that was April 2015, Dominique said it was a couple months before the crime. That's the time period I've been talking about where I'm like, some shit went down, because April 17th, Gypsy sends the goodbye to Victor video. April 18th, Nick sends 2 crying and distraught. April 18th, Dee Dee files the police report that $56 in cash and her Valium and her Xanax were stolen. And then those days after that is when you found where Dee Dee's doing these searches.
Yeah, and I also found where she was looking at Rod's profile, Mia's profile, Nicolette's profile, and Dylan's profile. So they were visiting each other's Facebook accounts, whether they want to admit it or not.
It sounds like Dee Dee was trying to
Get
the
help.
word out.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it. I mean, it sounds like she was really trying to
Kick her
change
out.
the situation.
It sounds like planning. Like she was
Yeah.
definitely trying to see what she could do.
I think she was done.
Yeah, no kidding.
She's fed up with the shit. I was wondering, I think I told Audrey or y'all this earlier, the bags of clothes in the house. What if those bags of clothes are really where they were getting her shit together? She was just fed up.
And I can tell you, I asked Dominique about that. She was in the house a couple of months before the murder. And when I showed her those crime scene photos, she was shocked.
Really?
She said, I don't recognize that house that you're showing me. She said it was always really tidy and clean. And that kitchen, that living room, she said, I could see into the kitchen, but I always went to the living room and sat down. And always, she said it was a handful of times she was ever in the house. She would go to the house and speak, but she did not recognize that. It was very shocking to her.
That's how my people who knew them whenever they lived in Aurora before they got the Habitat house in Springfield in those, years from the time they arrived there from Katrina to 2008 when they got the Habitat house. They said Dee Dee kept a real neat, clean house. And so that was really shocking. And I'd wondered if it was due to Dee Dee's health declining and mobility. But from what your friend being in there a few months before, it actually sounds like it might have been something way different, like Gypsy actually about to be moved out or something.
Yeah.
You could just look at that medicine cabinet and tell that everything was like meticulously like organized.
Dustin, how much do you know about the medicine cabinet? Have you seen like the things where people analyze like what the actual medicine is? It's like crazy.
Yeah, I've seen Audrey's videos on it.
Yes, Audrey. Wow, like
Get
it's
that
like
shit.
not bad stuff. It's like we just cleaned out our medicine cabinet the other day. You wouldn't believe the shit that was in our medicine cabinet. Someone could pull the same stuff, say the same shit about whatever.
Totally.
Whatever they said about Dee Dee, they could say 1,000 times worse about her, but the shit that was in our medicine cabinet.
I want to say too, when I sent those, because I know that we talked about this in a separate entity, but when I sent those to Dominique, those pictures, we had 2 sets of crime scene photos.
Yeah.
And we had some that had more trash bags. There was a cloth bag on one of the wheelchairs. Like there was more in front of the couch, more junk. And if somebody knows the answer to that, we don't. Why would there be different pictures of the crime scene with added things in one picture?
I think
that was really baffling to me.
I think the picture with more stuff is before they started removing stuff, because if you look at the one with less stuff, there's crime scene markers. So
Okay.
I think it's as they were taking stuff out and marking evidence, that's what we're seeing is stuff getting removed for that.
Okay. Okay. 'Cause I
Layers
was-
being removed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Which makes me wonder what was in that bag, because they did take that bag you're talking about on the back of the wheelchair.
She probably heard her when she was doing some of the videos. I think Dee Dee knew what was going on.
She
I
had to
think
have
she
at
had
least
to know
had
to some extent.
Mhm.
an inkling. I'm sure she doesn't understand
Yeah.
everything. Like, girl, you know some of the shit I be doing in your house.
Bro, Dee Dee knew she raised the freak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. That's what I'd say.
And don't
Well-
make houses were similar. She could hear everything her son would say when he was playing video games. Like there's no way that Gypsy was doing these videos and Dee Dee was coherent and not hearing that. So whatever
Yeah.
that was on Dee Dee's end, we don't know. But there's no way she was doing this. Dee Dee being coherent would not know.
No,
Yeah.
literally no way. My best friend, Lord rest his soul, rest in peace. But him and I had a really weird conversation before he passed. I remember my dad told me that he could hear what we were talking about. So he threw on the TV and he's like, la 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 la. Doesn't want to hear anything we're saying. So I can only imagine that has to be what Dee Dee was doing. La 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 la.
I did find in some of the messages where Gypsy is telling Nick, like, oh, my mom will be home soon, or my mom got home, so I couldn't finish, or whatever. So I do think that she was doing a lot of it while Dee Dee was out of the house. But with that being said, that really cripples the narrative of her mother was just this basket case that stayed on top of her at all times.
Yeah,
Yep.
she definitely had a lot of free time. A lot of free
Yeah.
time where she's just by herself doing whatever. Like,
She
Yeah.
had too much free time.
Yeah.
utilizing
needed
it
a
all the
sport or
wrong
something.
fucking ways at that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's
Well,
something
and it was really. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what were you saying? What's up?
Oh, it was really shocking to me that in one of those FOIA videos, Gypsy said to Nick that her mom was still mad at her about when she rebelled in 2011. That was when she tried to run off with Dan, who was 35 on parole. Oh, I'm sorry, my cat needs out. Just a minute.
It's all right.
Oh,
I
we'd love to
have a
hear
really quick question. When you played those cuts, did it play about Dee Dee answering the door and Gypsy
I only
losing
played the first
No,
one.
not yet.
Just
Okay.
the first one. I only played the first one. That was all that went through.
The first one was about her, like,
I thought
being
it was long, so
outside.
I was afraid they played back to back. So we're
Do
good.
we want to just play the rest of it just so that we get through it and know what's going on?
Well, I wasn't sure if it was finished or not because
It repeated.
it repeated. So I think I don't know what happened, but I've got it in the background music section, and for some reason it won't let me look at it or anything other than just play it. So
Just play it.
Well, let's
Real quick though,
Yeah.
it was shocking to me that in those videos, Gypsy said, talking about her 2011 rebellion, that she told her mom, that wasn't me. Damona did that. And she was like, my mom doesn't believe in Damona. And she says, no, it was you. So
Mhm.
Dee Dee was trying to hold some accountability and set boundaries and things. That's Gypsy kept escalating.
Mhm. No, I
Isn't there a
remember-
clip of Gypsy saying that Dee Dee doesn't believe in multiple personalities and she
Yes,
doesn't
that was
believe
at that
Damona?
same time.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was them. Sorry, I just wanted to get that in. My kitten interrupted me.
No,
Poor
you're
Johnny.
good. Okay, so this is number 501. Dee Dee answers.
I remember knocking on their door for some reason I don't remember, and Dee Dee barely cracked it open and had her robe on, but it was like maybe 4:00 in the afternoon, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I just can't. I'm sick today, and come back another day." But it was weird because I heard a bunch of yelling outside, so I think that's the reason. I just know that I went there. I was on my way there, and I heard a bunch of yelling, and so it just didn't make sense. Like, okay, so now you're acting like you just woke up, but I just heard stuff. And I can't remember the reason why I was headed to her house. I just remember I was headed to her house, and I needed to ask her a question. And she acted like she just woke up. So I'm like, I remember knocking on their door for some reason I don't remember, and Dee Dee barely cracked it open and had her.
Okay, that was just repeating, I think. So
I wonder if Dee Dee had walked in on Demona and that's what the yelling was about.
Oh my God. Imagine walking in on that. Like, which version of Demona?
right? Or what state of dress?
As a mother of a daughter, I probably would have just closed the door and walked away.
Audrey.
Gypsy.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
I want to know, do you know if there's an inventory of the wigs? I want to know how many wigs she had.
I have not seen an inventory, but I mean, I can go through the photos and count how many we can find.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down to help you because I feel like there's a personality for every wig.
There's a crime scene photo there where there's a picture in there. Also, Gypsy tried to make it sound like her and Dee Dee called each other honey and baby, but what her little friends just said, she's calling her honey and both. I think that was just them talking like how I do. What's up, honey? Hey, baby. That wasn't like, oh, that's what we called each other. You know what I mean?
I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I can tell you, Dustin, I know that she took 3 with her to Nick's house, and there's at least 3 more at her mom's house.
At least.
What's weird too is the wig drawer is very well organized.
It is.
Almost makes us wonder if Gypsy had a hand in the medicine closet, because the wig drawer is well organized. Things are in Ziploc bags. They're labeled with Sharpies. And the same, have you seen her video, Dustin, where she shows the baby clothes that Demona stole?
Yes.
Those are very meticulously organized, Ziplocked, bagged, labeled with a Sharpie, and it made us wonder if maybe she had a hand in the medicine closet.
That would make sense.
She talked a lot about medicine and health, and she actually posted on her secret Facebook, one of her secret Facebooks, that she was getting her mom to go off Xanax and onto holy basil leaf about, what was it, Audrey? A couple of weeks before Dee Dee reported that her Xanax had been stolen along with her Vicodin and some cash.
Yeah, because I think it was around the time that her and Nick met at the theater.
It was a month after. It was in April.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy. Coming off of Xanax is like, that's so dangerous. You can have like seizures and all kinds of things from quitting.
That can kill you. That can literally kill you
super
dead.
dangerous.
Well,
Maybe that was her intent.
Maybe.
This isn't even the point, but it irrationally makes me angry. We see how well packaged those wigs were down in a drawer, but every time she put one on her damn head, it was so ratted up.
Yeah, like she never brushed it. Just put it on how she found it.
She needed a drag queen to show her how to properly put on a fucking wig.
Can you show me too? Because listen, I don't know how.
She needs to put some baby powder in that thing and shake it out, girl. It was too shiny. I love them.
Well, we know Millennial knows how to, because I have that same wig, and that wig looks jacked up at my house. But it looks on you.
No, I wore it last week, and that looked jank.
Well, I watched tutorials from drag queens whenever I wanted to do transformative makeup and wear wigs. I watched tutorials from drag queens. They know what's up.
Can you send me a few? I gotta fix my wig.
Yeah.
Honey.
Yes, it's very dangerous to stop benzos.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. And I can't imagine what that felt like, because when I got clean and came up here, I came off of them and I'd never been through it. And it literally felt like I was getting zapped on my brain. It's called brain zaps, and it dead ass feels like you're like getting jolted. Like,
I've had those.
Crazy. Yeah. It's scary. It's real scary.
Yeah, some dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo.
Some of that stuff works well, some of it doesn't. Okay. So we've got another one to listen to, Nancy. Did you want to say anything about that clip?
Yeah, it was just unlike anything that she'd really witnessed, and everything was off because it was the middle of the afternoon. She'd heard them yelling. Dee Dee answered the door like she'd just woken up, and so it was all just very strange and unlike anything that she'd encountered with Dee Dee before. So,
did she?
And now that Nancy
really well,
did she what?
she knew them really well or casually?
She was their neighbors. You know, they weren't best friends, but they both homeschooled together. So they shared resources. And they had to take Habitat for Humanity classes before you get your house. So they did that every week and met and had potlucks. And so that's when she first got to know the mother-daughter duo. She met them together at one of those Habitat classes. And they were neighbors for, I think, 2008 on until the incident, or the, what does she call it? The event and the incident was what she would call it each time.
Something
The murder.
Something gives me the vibes that not many people knew them much more than surface level interactions.
Nancy, so you said that they were sharing homeschool curriculum. Okay, so tell us more about that if you can.
That was another thing that Dominique felt that's what led her to believe that Gypsy was a lot younger. The curriculum that they were sharing, Gypsy was learning things that was very much underneath what a 23-year-old woman would. I'm like, did you know she was 23? No.
Was she still homeschooling up to the murder? Because I assume she stopped when Gypsy became real age 18.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, when I was like, hey, did you know she was 23? She's like, no.
Oh, right.
But during that time when she was doing curriculum, everything that she was learning was way underneath what she knows now to be her real age. And so that just kept the lie perpetuating that she was so much younger to her.
And with all that being said, it shows, despite it being a lower education, she was still getting one. But also, whenever you reiterated, like, her going to the door and stuff, that also shows us once again those two fighting and Dee Dee covering rather than saying, hey, I need help, or just venting to somebody.
Yeah.
That had to be rough too, knowing all those, especially after 2011 when she runs off of Dan and stuff. That had to be so hard for Dee Dee to know all that bullshit and be covering for Gypsy, and it's Gypsy causing all this fucking mayhem for her,
Yeah.
And she had nobody she could tell about it.
But Dominique was like, why didn't she get help? And again, she's not clued into everything we know. She did not post all these emails and videos. She's seen a few videos, but she just can't. So she doesn't know everything we know. But she's like, why didn't she get help? Why didn't she get a counselor? Why didn't she, those questions run through her mind.
Well, according to the searches that Audrey found, she was looking into that 2 months before Gypsy had her.
Right.
She was looking into therapy for parents and children.
Well, I can only imagine how hard that would be for her, because she, like, to me, what I've taken from this situation, it seems like maybe Dee Dee didn't really know the extent of what was really going on with Gypsy, and Gypsy kept perpetuating that she couldn't walk and all this stuff, and she didn't know how that was going to affect her life if it came out maybe that Gypsy was okay. Do we know if she knew that Gypsy could walk? Like, that's a question that I have.
She did know that Gypsy could walk after 2011, but I really do think that Gypsy played up how slow she was to her mother. I don't think that her mother realized she was operating at a bigger capacity.
That's what I think.
I can see that.
That's what I think too.
Have you seen Dustin the video where Gypsy tells Nick that she had been lying to her mom and that she told her? Okay, just checking.
So so Millennial has always said that her friends and family who knew Dee Dee and Gypsy always said that Dee Dee was kind of slow. And when I watched that Cape Cod video, I actually kind of saw that for the first time. That was the first time that I was like, well, maybe she was, but then some of the interviews, that she did for news stations and stuff, she seemed more with it. I don't know. She may have just.
I wondered if it was her health progressing.
Yeah.
And that
or
could
maybe it could be like, I know that she was from the South too. A lot of people mistake the way that people speak when they're from the South as being like maybe not as smart as other people. It could have been a situation like that.
I don't think that would be that with Ozark people, but I'm not saying it's impossible. But it was just a certain, not necessarily like lack of processing, but like an innocence displayed. You know what I mean? To where she almost seemed like kind of like slow and naive to a bit. to
Like
where
how
she was
Gypsy, like
allowed to
she
get by
does,
with certain things. Go
Mhm.
ahead. Ash.
like how Gypsy does with her trying to seem like, her innocence thing, trying to seem naive to people and
Mhm.
things like that.
Whatever
Well, and I
Gypsy
think
he was doing,
too, she was a stay-at-home mom of a special needs kid. I've been there whenever I was way younger. And whenever you do that, it's almost like mentally you're kind of stuck at that high school age or whatever age it was that you had that child because you're not going out, you're not having a job, you're not around adults that are progressing through life. So you kind of just stay at that point that you're at until you get back into the workforce or whatever. And Dee Dee never did. Instead, she had to be around a child who, while she was 23, was acting like she was two and a
Right.
half and throwing fits and stuff. So that was her interaction with the world.
That's a really good point because I remember after Alora was born and I got into society again. And I remember being very tongue-tied and not being able to speak as well.
And I was a sick child.
Yeah, and she was Alora was born with a liver disease. She was born with
I was jaundice.
yeah, she was very sick, and so I could have totally gone down this route that Dee Dee went.
Thank God I didn't fake it.
Anyways, she faked many things. Don't let her fool you.
Listen, I didn't want to go to school, so I pretend to be sick.
Well, and it's very different because it's like whenever I went back into work, I was like mid-20s. But with the people that were early 20s, I felt mentally younger than them whenever they would talk about things in the world and society. I was like, "Oh, I'm just a baby," because I had missed that gap of life.
Yeah,
I get that.
And you probably too that you not having that other adult interaction back and forth, man.
Yeah.
Don't all talk at once. Dang.
So
I'm just waiting for my feet to cool down.
we've got the third
The last part
Yeah,
of
the third
Nancy's
clip.
little interview.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lots of weight. She looked just very frail. And she, in her face, it just looked hollow sometimes. Like her eyes were just, it was her eyes. A lot of had to do with her eyes. Like something just, she looked sad. She looked very sad. And it was towards the end of all of this going on when the event happened, is like something was, she was hiding something. But I don't, you can't tell. You can't just judge. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lots of weight. She looked just very frail. And she, in her face, it just looked hollow.
So was she talking about Dee Dee or Gypsy there?
Sounds like Gypsy.
Yeah, she was talking about Gypsy.
She was talking about Gypsy.
Which is crazy because
She
we've
said she
seen
never saw Dee Dee. She didn't come out as much toward the end. She didn't really see her being sick, I tried not to lead her on. There were some things that I described to her, but I tried not to lead her on in the conversation and tell her too much. But she didn't know that Dee Dee had things that we have uncovered, that we think that she had Parkinson's and stuff like that. She did talk about how terrible she ate and how, there was just a lot of junk food all the time that Dee Dee was eating and that she felt that she wasn't healthy. And she did say she had circulation problems, but that's all that she knew of Dee Dee's health. Again, she didn't come out as much at the end, but there was no real red flags like we're seeing or we think.
It's just so wild that she says that Gypsy, and I'm not saying that she's like fabricating anything, but just it's so odd to see that she was saying that Gypsy looks so frail when we've seen pictures and videos of her, even unfortunately without any clothes on, and you could just look at her entire physique. And I can tell you that 2 years ago, I was more frail than she was, when
Can I speak to that really quick? Because she said that it was strange. She would see Gypsy and she'd be like emaciated and weak, and then not that much time would go by and she'd be better and look so much better. And there was just give and take all the time with her.
It makes me wonder if Gypsy used makeup to cosplay looking more hollow-cheeked and frail the way she cosplayed everything else, because we know that she did cosplay that and enjoyed it.
Well, that
And
could be possible. What's that?
I was thinking too, what if that was whenever she was taking her mom's medicines and it was causing her to look strung out. But also, as somebody who's lived in Missouri, Nancy, millennial, y'all can talk about this too. If you're size 7 and below, they're like, oh, that girl ain't got no meat on her bones.
That's true. Yeah. When I was size
saying.
6 and 7, my grandma acted like I was dying and I needed so much fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
Well, it makes me wonder, what if she was dealing with like an eating disorder? Because at the beginning of this year, at the beginning of 2025, I was a size 4. Now I'm a size 10. Okay. A lot can change within a very little period of time. And I'm not saying one way or the other, but knowing how I looked, which I won't show on here to trigger anybody else, but it was bad. So what if she had some kind of an eating problem?
Well, we see in the FOIAs of the internet searches and the messages and all that, she was obsessed with weight and going on an apple diet, which I think the apple diet connects to the fact that somebody told her eating apples will make you have a girl or something. But she's always been obsessed with weight. We still see it to this day.
Even other people's weight.
It's not a peach, but it is a Coke bottle shape.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I've even caught myself saying,
if you think about it, that could possibly be what was going on, because could that not explain what was happening with her teeth too? Like, I know that she had that stuff with her salivary glands and stuff, but if you like throw up or something, could that not like be a part of it?
Play a part in that too with your teeth. You know?
So
a big part.
I mean, so she was doing things that was definitely could have effect on her
yes,
weight.
from my understanding, the stomach surgery that she had prevented her from throwing up. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, like for instance, me. For me, well, what was I going to say?
I don't know. You throw up a lot.
I didn't. So I had never had cavities before in my life. And when I spent that 6.5 years in bed, so after 3 years, I had 11 cavities in my mouth after throwing up all day, every day. I had never had any cavities before. And so, yeah, it can definitely take a toll on you.
Yeah. And I would classify myself more as a recovering anorexic rather than a recovering bulimic. However, I've had a lot of issues with my stomach as a result of the anorexia. And I know that after throwing up and stuff like that for so many years, my teeth are fucked.
Well, and we know that she is obsessed with sugar to this day. And she was using her toothbrush on the wrong hole. So, I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. Like, I don't think it was just one thing that contributed to her teeth. I think it was multiple things.
And the bottle rot.
Yes, because that's another thing. I know that if you suck on your thumb or you suck a bottle or certain things for a certain period of time, that messes up your teeth. Imagine doing that into your 20s.
Alora's enamel got stripped because of apple juice.
I used to drink a lot of apple juice as a baby. We don't need to get more
Yeah.
into it, but yes, I drank a lot of apple juice as a baby, and all my enamel got stripped. It was messed up. I've had messed up teeth my whole life, but then they also grew in messed up. So that's an extra little fun.
Well, I was severely anemic when I was a kid, and I had to take liquid iron, and it really did a number on my teeth too.
Oh yeah, that
I know what
stuff
you're
is
talking
rough.
about.
Yeah, I used to get infusions of iron because I was so anemic. So.
I'm pretty low in iron, or I'm iron deficient, whatever the word is anyway. And
And it's interesting y'all bring up iron, because I did find in Nick's computer searches where he was wondering if too much iron is bad for you. So somebody was getting extra iron.
Yeah, extra iron will kill you dead.
Yeah, it will. And it will give you a ferocious stomach ache too.
Oh yeah, I started taking iron pills and it made my tummy hurt. So I was like, you know what? I'll just
can't
get low
take
in iron.
I can't either.
No, I'll just deal with being low in iron. I don't care. That was not fun. Not fun at all.
I got the infusions. That's how they helped me because the pills I just could not take.
I've only been able to donate blood once in my life because I'm so iron deficient.
Oh, I can't even do it. So
I can't do
Teeth
it anymore.
issues are from the tongue thrusting, ergo her micro deletion. That's
I mean,
some of the
Some
issues.
of it.
I think it's a bunch of things combined. Like it was the perfect storm of things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would agree.
Okay, so I also we also found out that Gypsy planned the murder around her ovulation, and Millennial was the person to find that. Can you tell us a little bit
No,
about
actually, I think that was Audrey.
Oh, it was Audrey?
You gave credit to the wrong
Oh,
person.
my bad.
God. No, I was trying
It wasn't me. I think it was Becca and Starlight and them, and then like we were able to go and confirm it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, somebody found out that her ovulation, or they planned the murder around her ovulation. So,
But does Audrey or Millennial or anybody else on panel have anything to say about it? Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I have a screenshot, but in the meantime, Audrey, what you got?
I think that it fits into the same thing that I've been saying, that the murder was a kink for her. Had she got pregnant off of that, that baby was going to be a trophy, a reminder, like I did this, I created this. Like it goes to her psychology. Like
I wondered if her wanting to get pregnant at the same time as the murder had something to do with like her Wicca stuff, like taking life, but also making life type shit. But I need to do some more digging.
And that wouldn't be a thing with a normal Wiccan, but
Okay.
Gypsy Rose is the murderer and a PDF file from the look of her videos. So yeah, there's no telling what she thought. She might have thought she could get pregnant the night of her mom's murder and recreate her mom's spirit into a child.
Girl, what in the American Horror Story is going on? Okay. This is giving Michael Langdon like the Antichrist. Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe she thought if she was going to have a baby, she wouldn't go to jail.
Yeah, one of those Diane Downs.
Yeah, if I make things look as innocent as possible and I'm pregnant and you guys all feel bad for me, maybe I won't.
Well, we know she tried to use her medical. So, I mean, had she been pregnant, she would have absolutely tried to use it too.
And then she told her aunt on the phone, "Oh, it's a good thing I wasn't pregnant."
Thank God for Nick's mom telling them to use condoms.
Well, she randomly told the police officer that was kind of guarding her before the interrogation while she was in that room playing with her stuffed fish. She randomly told him that she escaped an arranged marriage by leaving Louisiana, and that arranged marriage was going to stronger the shrimp industry.
I totally missed that. Stronger the shrimp industry?
Stronger the shrimp industry.
She thought she was shrimp boat royalty.
Shrimp boat royalty.
Stronger the shrimp industry.
Like Bubba Gump.
Yes.
The last time that I had Bubba Gumps, my food poisoning was so bad.
You got so bad.
It was so bad. And then we had to fly out the next morning. Anyway, but yeah, she's a shrimp boat captain. Like
she really takes from every movie she watches, and I'm pretty sure at some point she had watched Forrest Gump, and she was like, "We own the shrimping business. There's coconut shrimp and fried shrimp and whatever all he says.
Shrimp, shrimp saute,
shrimp, grilled shrimp.
Now I want some shrimp. Thanks, guys.
Shrimp bob, shrimp.
I don't like shrimp, so you can have all my shrimp.
I love all
crab.
the shrimp.
Ooh, I love you
Every bit of
crab.
shrimp. Yeah. I can't think of a seafood I don't like.
I can't think of a seafood I do like.
Oyster. I can't fuck with oysters. You got me fucked up.
Oysters.
No, I love
disgusting.
oysters.
I can't have seafood at all.
I do oyster tastings and like try and guess what region they're from.
My sister-in-law.
Hell yeah.
My sister-in-law took us to this restaurant and they have like around the world oysters. It's like a $550 platter. And she ordered it for all of us. And she was so upset. I was like, I'm not trying that shit. Order something else.
Yeah.
Anytime I think of oysters, I think of that scene in White Chicks where Terry Crews is just.
Oh yeah. I freaking love that movie.
No,
Me
thank
too.
you.
You get to slurp in those things.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh my
I'm
god.
a log off on that note.
I was making mouse sounds just like Gypsy, my bad.
Okay, let's not go there anymore. Okay. So anybody have anything else? I can't remember where we're
I
going.
know that there were some other things that we wanted to present. I just can't remember what it was.
I brought a few
Gypsy
things.
victim
Okay.
blaming.
Do what, Ashley?
I said Gypsy victim blaming that little girl.
Oh,
Was that
yeah.
Honey
yes.
Boo Boo or was
Yeah.
that something else?
Gypsy
No, that was
victim
something
blaming
else.
the
Oh,
little
that's not the
girl.
Honey Boo Boo thing. And I'm like, I stan Alana. You know what? She just had a rough upbringing. But what else? What else? I missed everything else.
Okay, so let's go into
Audacious Audrey. What do you have to say?
actually,
oh,
Ashley, you've got to leave us at
Sooner?
7, right?
Yeah, 6:30.
Okay,
Gotta cross
so
my-
tell us about what you wanted to talk about.
yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
so I was watching one of Becca Scoop's videos, and there was this comment she went over that Gypsy had left on. It looked like a couple of, I don't know, news stations about this little girl who had got lured from her home by some guy online. It was an older man. The little girl's like 13. I believe her name was Hannah.
Mhm.
I believe. Anyway, so the guy ends up kidnapping her. She's found, but Gypsy left multiple of the same exact comment on like 5 different news stations posts on Facebook, victim blaming her, saying that she wanted it, calling this 13-year-old kid a SLUT. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
You know?
Heather. Yeah.
I love how Ashley censored the word slut, but not fuck.
Come on, Ashley. Come on,
So
Ashley.
Gypsy's doing the same thing that she's saying Dee Dee did to her, calling her a slut and a whore. So she's just gonna
Yeah.
go do that to some other
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Does she project?
Imagine
Talking about how
the amount of
she was
slut
15.
shaming
Yeah, right. What's up with that?
Mhm.
everywhere. The Hooters girls in the
Mhm.
emails.
Oh, I couldn't. She said she couldn't do OF because she's too classy for that. Remember when she said that?
Well, we
Mhm.
saw your.
All
So-
your nice and tight holes.
I don't know much
You're
about
too
it, Miss
pussy.
Haven, but I'll find out more about who actually kidnapped her.
Let me see. I don't know if I know who, but I know I have the little girl's name in my phone, I believe. But yeah, that was crazy. It was Hannah. I just had it.
I bet if you Google her name,
Heather.
you can find out who kidnapped her.
Heather.
Yeah. Heather, not, I'm sorry. Where did it go?
Y'all like my cup? My husband brought me my elephant cup.
It is so
Oh, I
cute.
like it.
I thought it was a little bear.
That's
but
super
it's
cute.
now.
Dollar General.
It's a heffalump.
Dollar General.
In those posts, she shamed people that were protesting Hobby Lobby for Plan B and said
Didn't
that
see
that was abortion and killing a child. And in
Mhm.
her prison emails, she went off on Ryan and said, I don't know if his ex had an abortion or a Plan B, but she went off on Ryan and said, I'm not comfortable with your ex killing your child as
That's
she's sitting
crazy.
in prison for matricide.
The girl
And-
who
And
took
then
the
gets out and
Plan
kills the
B
baby.
after.
And then on Life After Lockup, when she thinks she might be pregnant with Ryan, she pops a Plan B on camera.
Mhm.
And we want to make it very clear here. Plan B is not an abortion pill. That is not how that works. There are other people in the Gypverse that think it is an abortion pill. But anyway, all I have to say is it is not.
Yeah.
I was just saying that's
She thinks
Gypsy's
it is.
opinion is that
totally,
she
totally.
thinks it's an abortion pill and the same
she took
thing,
one.
and that was the opinion
Mhm.
she expressed
Well,
Yeah.
both
and
before
I
the murder and in her prison emails, and then popped one on Life After Lockup.
and I
Yeah.
think tying it to that goes to people that are extreme that see it as it is an abortion because you're preventing the implantation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
but it just
I
cuts
get what
that
you're saying.
off.
It's not, but I'm saying some
Mhm.
people consider it to be
Some
Mhm.
people consider it to be, but if you look at the actual
technicalities.
technicalities of what's going on, proud Plan B taker 2 times, it's fine. Anyway, I love you, Mom.
Thanks,
Your
shit.
mom's face.
Well, Well, if we're gonna talk shit or not talk shit about somebody who may or may not have taken it, I'm gonna
Okay,
just be
but
real.
just
I
that
love
was
you.
just weird as hell.
It is
so.
what it
Love you.
is.
It happened twice.
Did
It
you
just
find your
happened
stuff,
with
Ashley?
the people that could have got me pregnant.
No, it pulled up Haley Owens, but it didn't pull up her. I didn't know because her name's Heather, right? So I put in Heather 13 kidnapped by
Hannah.
man.
It was Hannah, wasn't it?
I thought it was Hannah, and then I thought somebody said Heather.
That was me. I saw it in comments.
Well, see, what I thought was strange is
Right back.
didn't Dee Dee post about that same girl?
Hannah Marie Anderson. Oh, that's weird. Hannah Marie Anderson, 2013. Oh, no. Was that it?
Didn't Dee Dee post about that same girl and say that her and Jip had play dates, or is that a different girl, another H name?
That's Haley Owens.
I think that was Haley.
Okay.
Yeah, Haley.
My bad.
I don't know if this is right or not.
Which no way they were friends.
Right? Isn't that so weird? That little girl was young, and Gypsy would have been like 19, 20-ish.
And yeah,
But Gypsy was pretending to be too.
Yes. Yeah, she was.
He was
Yeah, she
into
was.
it.
Even to her little grandma Marcia, even she said that Gypsy had the mind of an 8-year-old, you know.
Mhm.
And I wonder so bad. That lady said in her interview that Gypsy stayed the night with her while Dee Dee was having sleep studies. Did Jip have that lady change her diapers?
Probably.
Man, look, she obviously
sounds
committed
like.
to it. She committed to the storyline while she was there because the lady really believed she had that mind of an 8-year-old.
I can say I asked Dominique about that. I asked her if she ever saw her on a bottle. No, like it was like no.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Did you ever see her wearing a diaper? No. But she did say when she needed to go to the bathroom, Dee Dee would help her. So I don't know. Does that add to the narrative, or was she acting like that so her mom would help her? I have so many questions down that road. It's weird.
And I've gotten pretty confused on what all did Dee Dee even know at this point. Like,
Right.
what was the extent that she knew of Gypsy's lies? You know what I'm saying?
So this was a group setting. So, you know, if Gypsy's going to act like that, she has to perpetuate that by helping her.
Right.
But also, is that what Dee Dee believed? We don't know.
Yeah.
Now, y'all know that Gypsy was the real life Hannah Montana. Her personality changed the moment that wig
Did
came
I
off
just
and
come
Dee Dee
into-
walked in the room.
What did I just walk into? Gypsy, the original Hannah Montana?
You get to both worlds.
Real life Hannah Montana, he said.
I think Hannah Montana existed then, so maybe she was cosplaying her.
Hannah
yeah.
Montana
Maybe.
is celebrating her 20-year anniversary in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be a tour. If there is, I am there. I will spend my every last dollar. I will be there.
Dustin's got me on a new search on the emails. I got to see if Gypsy was in a Hannah Montana. Did she take that wig off? And
I'm
change
telling
it?
you, she watched too many Disney movies. She was consuming this content and she was trying to live it out. That's what I
Yeah.
think. I really genuinely do believe that.
The neighbor said that's all she talked about. It was all consuming for both of them. Disney was all
Disney?
consuming.
Really?
And you can see that on Dee Dee's search history too. Like she would go from looking to the therapy things to looking at clothes to right back onto Disney. And then like
Well-
she would look for something else, back to Disney, look for something Disney, look for something Disney. Like it was in Disney and oddly enough, BarbieCollectors.com.
Yeah, which is so funny because Gypsy tried to claim that Dee Dee wouldn't let her have Barbies, and then she had to backtrack and say, "Well, she let me have them when I was age appropriate." Fuck.
Opposite.
So you were allowed to have Barbies.
Yeah.
As a proud Bratz collector, I would never. No.
So I remember Nick saying that Dee Dee was like absolutely consumed in the Cinderella movie. Like she was
Really?
just, yeah, he said she
That
was
was
like
not-
Yeah,
zoned in.
say that.
That's
It was
how
not
they
a
were
very
able to
good
get out
movie.
of the movie theater and to the bathroom. Is 'cause
Yeah,
she
he
was
said
so,
that
she was
yeah.
so into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was eating her popcorn and just engrossed in the movie.
And sat ahead of them so she couldn't even see them.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
what I've said. Like, how does that make sense? If her mom thought this guy was a weirdo from the jump, from the time they got in the movie theater, why would she not say, come on, Gypsy, no, you get up here with me? How would she be comfortable with her back turned to her? And then to the point she's not even paying attention. Like I would never, if I thought somebody was odd around my kid, I'm not taking my eyes off them around my kid.
Right. You got me fucked up. I'm going to be watching you like I'm fucking paid to.
Yeah.
You know what Gypsy says in her book that before the murder by 2015 that her mom was so paranoid and watchful over her that she would only let her change clothes in her room with a timer set.
She did
We
say
see
that.
these freaking videos.
Yeah.
There's no way that's true. Like
Yeah, and they were going up all the way till the murder.
I was thinking about making a video in like a day of the life of Gypsy, and I was going to pretend like I was in a wheelchair and like have my husband dress like a lady from behind. And as soon as he closed the door, like rip a fucking robe off and have like fucking lingerie on underneath. But I was like, that's probably too far for the internet.
Have you seen that TikTok? It's like a clip from Little House on the Prairie where the mom walks out and the girl gets up and she starts dancing. That's Gypsy.
I don't know who did that, but they did a great job.
Yeah. Have you seen the one where they put Gypsy's face, or not Gypsy's face, Nick's face over, is it Stanley? The guy that's like, look at this, or watch me do this. And then they're like, let it be Cinderella. And then this girl walks in the Cinderella outfit and it has Gypsy's face on it.
No, I think I have seen that one. I think I have, and she comes in and dances or something.
he does the hobby horse over to her.
Yeah, something.
The hobby horse.
Yes, he is like Nick whenever he
make some
sees
good edits.
Gypsy at the theater.
These people have.
Oh yes, I said that in the group chat. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it was the Big Bang Theory, but
Oh,
it was
Big
yeah.
Bang Theory.
Yeah,
He does the
yeah.
hobby
it
horse
was the
over-
Big Bang Theory.
Look
but
what I can
it
do.
was Nick's face superimposed on
Yes.
Killed it.
Beatles looking ass dude, and Gypsy's face superimposed and burned to death.
And he would be happy about that because Nick looked up the Big Bang Theory. I seen it on his internet history.
Oh. I used to have a soft kitty shirt. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little.
I can't help but think we're giving this
Howard.
too much credit, though. I think behind
Was not
closed
Howard.
doors,
Oh, okay.
Gypsy acted like she was going to act, and Dee Dee accommodated that. And I don't mean mental. I think when that door closed, that's my opinion. They were real with themselves, and it was probably really, really ugly.
Yeah, I bet it
And I
was.
think Dee Dee, now that we know Dee Dee was gone for extended amount of times, I think she's just trying to figure things out or get a break for herself or whatever this looks like. Because I'm sure they just fought like crazy.
Finally a living for her.
Mhm.
I bet when Dee Dee left that house by herself, she was like, thank fucking God.
Yeah.
But Gypsy,
That's why Gypsy had all
felt
the
that way
time to
too.
do them videos. She was like, I don't want to go back.
But Gypsy probably felt that way too because her mom was keeping her little. You know, she wanted her in that wheelchair. She didn't want her to grow up and the whole thing to be over either. So, you know, they're both getting what they want with that time, but that's just crazy.
But if she was looking to send her to a shelter, I don't know that she was.
Yeah.
Or
Or
was Dee Dee so sick that she thought she was going to die? What if Dee Dee was so sick that she thought, okay, without me, the jig's going to be up. They're going to know that she's not as sick as she plays. She's going to be more capable than they realize, and she's going to go into a home, or she's going to need resources. You know, there's that too. We don't know how sick Dee Dee was.
Yeah, but
Well,
we
and
know
I
in
do know-
2011.
Had life insurance.
I found where she looks at a life insurance. I can't find if she had one or not. However, I do have some paperwork coming, so we will get that answer eventually. But she was like, she logged into a life insurance website.
Yeah.
Dee Dee.
But it also, you know, Gypsy said, I don't know if it was in her book or documentary, but I remember her saying, you know, she thought that 4,400 would last them their whole life or some shit, you know. So in her, she's in her head, she may have killed her and thought, okay, this money gonna take care of us and the house, you know.
I'm a fucking
No,
seen
remember
a girl
that
that couldn't
video
cook
where
mac
she
and
went over the
cheese.
budget?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, she had a
Millennial.
video
That's
where she
right.
went over the budget. That was BS to make people think she didn't understand money.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's right. I forgot about the budget.
She
video.
she went over that video with Nick where she was like, "We need a house, we need a car. Like,
Yeah.
mom's not going to help us with money, and I don't know how we're going to do it."
housing. She's not gonna help us with the housing.
Mm.
Yeah, no, she's she definitely knew the ins and outs of
Money.
running a home, living.
Mhm.
She
Yeah.
she knew what she needed to do. She told Nick, she told everybody how to live, even while she was
Literally.
in prison.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's just a know-it-all, a smart
Girl,
smart aleck.
imagine
Marty
thinking $5,000 is gonna last you for the
Yeah.
rest of your life.
I want to be that delusional.
Me too.
She knew better because she was stealing baby clothes and telling Nick, this onesie costs $36 and you don't have to worry about money or child support because Demona can get all this for free. She knew all about money. She went over a whole fucking budget with him, how she was afraid that they weren't going to be able to make it on their own with his check because Dee Dee wouldn't help them.
Yeah.
We got this.
But she was going to be that baby mama that didn't ask for child support.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking about them, planning the baby, I just saw the video yesterday about her threatening Nick to take their hypothetical baby away. Like, damn, the kid ain't even got here. You ain't even got it implanted, and you already threatened to take that motherfucker away.
Wait,
She done planned his life and its death.
rewind.
Girly Pop, we missed that video.
Rewind. What happened?
Video you posted. She's in the bathroom. She's got the red tube top, and she's apologizing to him. And she's apologizing because she has threatened to take their baby away already. That when they have a kid, she's already told him she would snatch him away from
I
her.
must have missed that, dude.
Yeah.
It might have been in the videos that we didn't get sent.
No, they said
No,
I
it's on your
posted it.
page. I'll show you which one it is. It's
There's so much information.
so
I
much.
get it. No, I get it.
track.
Once you watch so much, it literally just meshes all together. You can't.
That happened to me because I watched one of Ashley's videos and I was making one. I'm like, oh, we're doing the same. And then I looked and but she's saying the same thing. And I'm like, that's a mind bend. Also, she didn't take those tubs of baby clothes. So what was the baby going to wear?
That one. It's
I
that
don't know.
one where
We can't see it. Turn down your brightness, Ashley.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Where she
I think
pulls
she was
down.
always planning the baby with
Yeah.
Dan.
this one in the red. That
Okay,
one.
I'll go watch that one again.
Like
That's the one where she pulls her shirt down and it's
Yeah.
like, here's some cleavage.
Yeah.
I remember that part.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. How you
Everyone's focused on the titties, not the words.
I really feel like when she recorded those videos, she knew she looked crazy because in that one of Demona where she starts and her head's down like this, she's laughing when she comes up and she knew what she was doing was ridiculous. She had to know.
That one where she's
no, man.
apologizing and she's crying. She's like, I don't know. She's got to be right there on the mirror because she's crying and watching herself, and then she's smiling. Damn it,
She is.
But
It's
listen,
all a
though,
performance to her. Everything is a performance.
It really is.
if you see the way she talks about her videos, though, and the way she tried to get Christy to send these videos to people while
Her
she was
thirst
in prison,
traps.
she
basically.
literally was asking in the prison emails, Christy, send these videos to these men. And she was like proud of that stuff.
Yeah.
She
She
calls her
said, I want
fly-ass
to show them my
pics.
fly ass pics.
Yeah.
Same time, Audrey. We owe coats.
Yep.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Millennial senior version.
There's something wrong up there when you
Didn't
keep
hear
doing
you.
stuff like that, you know?
Millennial
Finger
senior version of the Do You Want to Build a
Yeah.
Snowman?
Oh shit! I haven't practiced it. Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh, no.
What's the next verse?
Do you want to commit a murder?
Oh, do you want to commit murder? Leave the body in the bed, blood on the sheets. What? I can't remember how the song goes.
Audrey, you wrote her better. Come on, someone.
I put her on the spot. I think it was
You
something
guys
like
send me lyrics. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
do
can't
you
remember.
want to hide a body?
Bleed out on the
I
bed.
know
Do
that.
Hide a body.
Do you want to hide a body? Leave it bleeding on the bed.
But why does your voice sound good though?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta
I
make
grew
it
up in a
spooky.
Pentecostal church, dude, in the South.
Period. Conspiracy straight facts.
Oh, that was funny.
Yes, ma'am. American Idol right now.
Wait,
Call 'em.
do you want to go down for me, man? Do you want?
Oh,
Oh my God, CJ.
CJ, you cannot.
Smush them together.
Millennial's first name is
Millennial.
Millennial or 1980.
Or Millie for short.
Millie.
Yeah, yes. We always love Nancy. She's like, we love you, Millie. I think that's so cute. I love it. Millie.
Yes, Nancy gave me the nickname Millie, and I love it.
It's like, if your name's not Millie, you need to tell me right now because that's what I'm calling.
Wait, your name's not legally Millie?
Damn it.
I keep my legal name secret because of the gyp stands.
Yeah.
The
Sound like
weirdo.
they get crazy.
Patrick Gamma says,
1970s Gen X moderates Dustin. If you see him gifting in the chat, that's my husband. He supports every channel I'm on.
Come on, 1970. You move out of the way.
Earlier about how
We all
crazy
want
they
her.
get. How they try
Her
to copy
husband is seriously cool as hell. I
Yeah.
just have to say that. Him and I
think
sat
so.
next to each other at like a dinner one time, and him and I were just talking shit the whole time.
I love him. He's really sweet. He's a good guy.
He's
I
great.
really do. Blessing for real. I put that motherfucker through some shit, honey, and he just hanging on for dear life.
Someone just says, Millie, okay? No, we're holding her hostage. No, screw you, 1970. She's ours. You can't have her. I don't care what the law
I
says.
love that.
okay. Audrey had something. Okay,
Yes,
Audrey.
I do. Can I put it on the screen? Because I put it in present.
Yeah. So which one are you wanting? Deleting messages or blocking people? Or
So we can start with the deleting messages screenshot.
So
Sorry, that one made it official. I'm
Oh,
so
okay.
sorry, 1970. We're not trying to steal your lady, although we are.
okay, here we go. Is this the one?
Yes, I wanted to show this because prior to the crime, she was deleting entire message conversations, and these are not just between her and Nick. There's other ones that she's deleting. And I meant to grab where you can see the ID of the account and go and look it up, but I did not. But I wanted to show people like this is how far out she had planned this. And then if you'll go to the next one.
Blocking people?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can see this is before they get arrested, after she had made the status, and she's blocking like Kim Blanchard, Charlie Norton, Dee and Gypsy. Like she is on her Emma Rose account blocking these accounts because she doesn't want to have to see the comments from there, but she also doesn't want them to be able to see her Facebook page. And then if you'll go to the next one that says deleting vision, I thought this was really interesting. Before they got arrested, she went in and she edited the VisionCon Fun 2013 album. And then she decided like 15 seconds later, actually, I should probably delete the whole album. So I'm curious what is in this album or was in this album that she does not want people to see.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Oh.
Mandy, have they been recovered? We don't know. I don't know.
Have you? I mean, it's a really shot in the dark, but have you looked in the Wayback Machine for anything?
I tried and I couldn't find anything. It turns out that the album must not have been public.
Ooh, I think Mandy's.
There is a way that you can look at things that have been deleted if it's in the Google cache for some things. I don't know if that far
Really?
back, but
Mandy, you hear that?
Because I do kind of suck with that page. But that
Okay.
would be interesting to look at.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Audrey is on it, honey. Audrey been connecting dots in this motherfucker like tic-tac-toe, for real, for real.
I've been
she's a
taking
subject
all
matter
kinds of notes. Like
specialist.
I've literally got probably 15 pages of notes that I've been trying to do timeline between what Nick was doing in those hours, what Dee Dee was doing weeks before, and what Gypsy was doing moments before that arrest.
Yeah.
And she was she was trying to pin this on Nick because
Yeah.
she's going in and she's blocking all these accounts. She's deleting these conversations. She's doing all kinds of very interesting things.
prepping.
And she's trying to delete the past that she had, specifically the VisionCon. Like that is interesting to me because it tells me there's something there.
She was trying to
Because
cover
why
her
would you
tracks.
delete it?
Yeah.
And I feel like something really, really big went down April 2015, because that's the time period where Dominique was talking about with Nancy. It's time period where you found the searches, Audrey. It's time period where I found like voids in the logs and stuff like that. And a void in the timeline that she gave in her book, in her memoir. And we're starting to piece it together with everybody bringing the information together. We're really piecing things together, and it's looking more and more like whatever Gyp tried to pull in 2018 was actually her catalyst, even though she'd been planning it for years. Like something went down in 2018 or sorry, 2015.
I was about to say, what?
Yeah, it's April 18th, 2015. That's why I had 18 in my brain. But April 18th, 2015, and right around that week, some shit went down. And the more we can nail down about that time, the more I think the picture comes together.
Well, and I also found, I think this is pretty interesting. I also found in one of the Google Drives where somebody got a screenshot from the Emma Rose account. Somebody logged into that account, and I believe it was May of 2021 while Gypsy was in prison. But
Really?
it has an IP address, and it goes to Jefferson City, Missouri.
Oh, shit.
And they were logged in for 15 minutes. Let me see if I can.
It
If I
was
can pull it up, I'll show you.
It was
I want to know how Audrey is doing way more work than the prosecutors were in this case. That's crazy.
No,
Audrey is so far
Rachel-
up all of his stuff.
Rachel Garlic lives in Jefferson City.
She does.
Mm.
Gypsy
How
probably
did she get
remembers
out?
that password.
We know she got out a few years before Gypsy did.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it was probably Rachel.
Hold on, I'm trying to go through the icons to where I can pull it up and show y'all.
Yes, Jeff said he's the capital, and that's where I had to go to find some stuff out. I had to walk inside.
Okay, that should be it if you want to pull it up, Amber.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm not Amber, but absolutely.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, okay. It was March, not May.
Of
2021. I think that is when Rachel got out.
Yeah, it had to.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Allegedly for entertainment purposes only, or whatever
Interesting.
who shall not be named says. But yes, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, that's where she lives. So
Tell us what you know,
The
Rachel.
one-
Tell us what you know.
Yeah, because they were logged in for 15 minutes. What was
Let-
being done in that 15 minutes? What was being deleted? What
What
was
did
being
you delete,
sent?
Rachel?
Rachel, we would love to have a chat with you. Come on up here. We can have you in the studio. Come sit down. We got you, babes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No,
It's gonna be
She said
interesting.
no. She
No,
said
I didn't mean
no.
it like that. Sorry, I didn't mean
And
it.
I wanted to answer Dustin's question. How am I doing more work? Because I'm a nosy bitch.
Well, you're damn good at it.
Thank you.
She's great.
And honestly, guys, like my capacity to deal with Gypsy really is like that much. So I literally don't look at a lot of this stuff just because I can't. I can't.
It's a lot.
So-
It's hard.
Yeah, and you know, I got the information for you guys to go through.
We're
Well,
thanking
and
for it. Hell
He's
yeah.
so great. at
It's
it.
hard because once you think you have an answer on whether it's motive or whatever, you find something else and you're like, damn, there's another piece.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It seems like every piece contradicts another piece. And it's like I said the other night, it's not an onion of layers. It's like a freaking root ball cluster of onions.
yeah.
Tons of balls of layers.
Well, I think it's because she cosplayed these different personalities and each personality was doing something different. So we eventually are going to have to piece those to, was this Ruby? Was this Demona? Speaking of that, I also found today there was a Roxy as well.
Ugh.
Oh,
A person named Roxy or a
And
drug
Gypsy
named Roxy?
personality.
Nick goes through, hold on, I will pull and see if I can find it in my screenshots. But Nick is going through and looking at things. And one of the ones he looks at, yep, this one. Pull
Roxy.
this up. Okay.
Andrews.
Roxy
where my
like a
people
puma.
at? No.
So he is searching Master's little baby doll.
Hannah Montana, Roxy like a puma. I was thinking about Drag Race. Roxy Andrews. Where my people at? Where my people at? Anyway, Master's little baby doll.
So about a month before the crime, he's going through his stuff and he's looking at Master's little baby doll, Kitty, Ruby, Gypsy, and Roxy, but we've never seen or heard of Roxy.
Interesting.
So that's one of her altars?
I'm guessing. I haven't found it anywhere else, but I mean, it would have to be, considering it's right there with Kitty and Ruby and Gypsy.
You mean there might be another video out there with a different wig with her saying that her name is Roxy?
Yeah.
There's something, because he was looking in Dropbox.
Ooh.
Yeah, and this is only like barely a few weeks before or a month before, not even a month. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Also, I did want to bring up one thing, and this isn't shade about anything. Whenever people are going through these internet histories, if you scroll all the way to the right, you can see whose computer it's coming from. And Nick and Gypsy both had an HP pavilion. And some of the stuff, like the chastity belt and all that people are talking about, Gypsy looked up, that was from Nick's history. So I think that we really need to double reference what we're hearing, what we think we're seeing, because at the end of the day, the facts of the case are what is important. And it's okay to say that Nick was a kinky motherfucker too, and looking up some crazy shit, because Nick was also looking up these sex tapes. And listen, I've looked up celebrity sex tapes. It's interesting. Like, that's who I am. I've done it. I don't think that either one of them doing it is just crazy. If you look at
it's not abnormal.
Yeah, if you look during that time, it was the most popular thing on Google search.
No.
So, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, whenever the Drake video is leaked, I created a Twitter.
Listen, I screenshot that picture and I sent it to my friends, and I was like, I'd climb that pole.
I did not screenshot it, nor was I interested, because they not like us. They not like us. But anyway,
curiosity, you know, it's a thing.
And I told my boyfriend, I was like, yeah, I looked at the pictures. I was curious.
I showed my husband. I was like, look, babe, don't you wish?
They not like
I
us.
haven't seen it,
like
so
I'll send it to you, Amber.
Got you, girl. Don't worry.
I'm good. I'm good.
I've shown my mother stuff that would.
Her
skin still crawls to this day.
Yeah, but no, my point is we need to be double checking and making sure whose computer it came from, and all that, rather than getting stuff mixed up, because there's already so much in this community that does get mixed up. Like, we shouldn't be adding to that.
No, that's
No, I remember you saying something about that earlier, and we need to pay attention to where information is coming from and what exactly it is. You know, not that anybody's putting anything out with malicious intent, but things can be just misunderstood.
Well, and I think if you work with a group, you take them at their word, and I think that's what's going on. Whereas anybody that's ever sent me anything, you can totally ask them. Like, they'll send me something and I'll tell them, before I will present this, I want to double check this. Where did you get it from? Because I think that's important.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I respect that.
At least you have journalistic integrity and you're not just running with anything people send you.
right.
That is rare. Not just in this community, but everywhere. That's rare.
That's rare.
Yeah, sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, oh, I need to hold off for a second to see how that fleshes out.
Right.
Oh, guys, I gotta hop off. I've got a little friend night tonight. I want to go get jiggy with it. No.
Okay, we love you.
Have
fun.
Have fun.
All right,
Bye,
I'll see y'all later.
Leslie.
Thank you so much for having me on. I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Love you. Don't do anything Gypsy would do.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
I almost kicked you from the studio.
Bye.
Audrey was trying to remove something.
No.
Ban Audrey from the studio.
Fuck that bitch. She crazy.
That crazy lady we can't stand.
Okay,
I know.
so does anybody have anything else to present? Otherwise, I did find a video called Master's Bonus Video with Nick at the ending. I know that Nick is hard to listen to, but what he started talking about was kind of interesting to me. So
I have a section of emails I wanted to talk about, but it's up to y'all if we want to do that before or after Nick. I don't know.
no, you do it before, and then we'll probably do Nick on the outro.
Okay,
Honestly.
gotcha.
Honestly.
Okay, I
Yes,
put
Nick
up the
talks in person.
share.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. Share.
She's sharing.
Oopsie daisy. There we go. You're going to be able to read it better than we can.
Yeah. Okay, so what I found interesting about these is I think we probably all seen the voice notes that Gypsy sent to Zombie Mom, which were shared on
Yes.
Reddit and other platforms. One of the things that she said in there is that it's absolutely not normal for a woman to just be celibate for all these years after divorcing,
Mm-hmm.
about Dee Dee divorcing Rod.
Yeah.
So these emails are in 2021, and this is outbound from Gypsy. It says, I had remembered a faded memory from when I was very little, maybe 5. Mom had a friend named Mark. He liked her and he fixed a room at his place for her and I. I didn't like him, and so I spit on him. I only wanted my dad and mom to get back together, and I was not happy with any guy that liked her otherwise. I sometimes feel like I deserve what happened because I guess if I wasn't happy with her being with another man, and dad moved on with blank, then she felt I was stopping her from having a life with anyone else. So her focus was on me. My mom did love another man besides my dad. His name was blank. He is married now, but she did love him. So I thought that was interesting in the context that she tries to act like Dee Dee never, ever had any interest in another man after Rudd, but also by her own private words, that is not true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder how, was Dee Dee in love, or was this just
Playing?
Yeah.
Dee
But
Dee
I'm-
said, "I can't."
I mean,
go ahead.
considering Dee Dee's celibacy all those years, it doesn't seem like she would have flings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, everything starts out kind of small before it gets big. But if she introduced him to Gypsy, that's a big deal.
And he
To
set up
introduce-
a room for
Yeah,
her.
absolutely. And then to if you have a disabled child, I can only imagine it's really hard for you to introduce them.
Tony's too young, Joy.
Yeah,
Tony, we're gonna have to pull Tony up in one of these live streams again. We're so sorry, Joy.
So, Alora, I can kind of speak on that because, everybody knows my child is special needs. And,
Mhm.
they knew Nate before me and Nate were dating because me and Nate worked together. But it was probably a few months before, I was ever okay, we're dating and all this. It is concerning with a special needs kid because they don't necessarily understand right away, if things don't work out, why they're not around. And I mean, most kids don't anyways, especially when they're young. But
Yeah.
whenever there's special needs on top of that, it is a lot trickier.
I can imagine. It's a whole other thing. She said Tony, cutie. Well, tell me said that. Sorry, I'm sure most people in the chat and even on the panel don't know who Tony is, but he's
one of our guys at MBR.
He's one of our guys at MBR, and Joy thinks he is just the cutest thing. And she's not wrong. Cutie.
Yeah.
Upload pics.
Joy has dibs though, so
Oh.
So there's one more email from this section that I thought, in light of all these FOIA videos, y'all would find interesting.
Okay.
This is outbound from Gypsy. Again, this is 2021, and she's talking about Dee Dee. And she's talking to Melissa Moore. She says, no, she rarely answered the door unless it was expected company. She would let the person knock and pretend not to be there, even though her van was parked in the driveway. And sometimes she would drive the van to another spot to appear like we weren't home. Our house looked like a hoarder house all the time, unless she knew company was coming over. Her fears range from lizards as a basic normal fear to abnormal fears like me being in my room for too long. A few times she caught me on my computer while I was in my room. So after catching me talking to people on Facebook on the computer, she didn't trust me enough to spend any time in my own room. By 2015, I was limited changing my clothes in my room, and that's it. She would time how long it would take me to change clothes, and she would get up off her bed to check what I was doing if I took a little too long in my room. She placed reverse lock on my door so it had a lock on the outside of the door, and I would have to ask her to unlock it so I could get dressed in my room. No, I didn't walk or run around the house when I was home, but when she wasn't home, I would walk and dance too. We had a CD player and I would listen to music that was forbidden, like Katy Perry, and dance. She didn't let me listen to pop artists because she said I was too little for the adult content and the lyrics. I was 22 years old. As for shoplifting, we would go to Sam's Club or Walmart. She would put me in the basket cart and told me to slip things under my dress and sit on them. I did, and we would steal so much stuff like DVDs, clothes, food, hygiene products. She sometimes would have me steal DVDs and would go resell them at the local video buy sell trade shop. So there's a lot of interesting things there. Dominique's video that Nancy just shared conflicts a lot of this. It says she rarely answered the door unless it was expected company. Well, Dominique shared that even when they were yelling and fighting, Dee Dee still answered the door. She just cracked it and said, please come back later, basically.
Yeah.
And Gypsy says she would knock and knock and pretend not to be there. And then she says, our
I'm sure
house
that
is like a
happened
hoarder.
occasionally.
Do what?
I said, I'm sure that happened occasionally.
It might have, yeah, but like Nancy's Dominique interview shows it
Yeah.
didn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
And then also referring back to Nancy's Dominique interview, Gypsy says our house looked like a hoarder house all the time unless she knew company was coming over. Well, Dominique witnessed that that wasn't the case. She didn't recognize the house that was saw, and didn't she say her visits weren't always expected, right?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
seemed like they were sporadic.
Yeah, random.
Right.
Yeah, she said she was in the house a handful of times, but I don't think she really said whether or not she was expected. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I showed her those pictures. She was like, I don't recognize that house.
So that's something we'd have to check further into. Maybe she was expected those handful of times. We don't know, but she saw it months before the murder, and it didn't look like that.
Dominique, exposing Dominique is the neighbor that Nancy interviewed.
We have a little bit of the excerpts previous, but if you follow the Toll podcast,
she'll be putting that out.
She will be. And you guys need to follow the Toll podcast and Audacious Audrey and 1980 Millennial Commentates and Dustin and Ashley, maybe, even though she's gone. You need to follow them.
And Nancy is trying to put away a serial killer as well. So.
Yes. Some important stuff.
Alleged. Serial killer. Sorry.
That has nothing
I'm gonna
to
say
do
she did that shit. This woman was investigated by the FBI for 4 years for poison, and I'm just asking, did they get it right? And I believe I've done the work to reopen the investigation. So yeah, it is a wild, wild ride. The Toll Podcast Season 2, Poison Control. Join me.
I will say that everything that I've heard from Nancy sounds like it all checks out, but it's all alleged. So check it out and figure it out for yourself. And it's something that we can still bring justice to.
Yes.
Unlike what we're talking about now.
And I wanted to say that email really points out, like you're saying the house was clean or whatever, or Dominique was saying the house is clean, and we've seen the house. There's no way somebody can clean that before company comes. Like that is a disaster. You need a week to clean that.
Unless they just throw everything in the catch-all room.
But the catch-all room was already so...
But I think that's why it got that way, is because they were throwing stuff in that room when people would come by.
I don't know. All I know is we could have a catch-all room and we'd have some stuff.
That would be a lot. Their house had an open kitchen, dining room area to the living room. So as you come in the front door, you could kind of see it all. Like, you couldn't shovel all that from what we see in the crime scene pics. Like, you couldn't shovel all that in a room real quick before someone came in.
That house wasn't that big.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. And that's a lot of stuff.
So we've gotten some emails and Facebook, but I don't know honestly what we all have, and
It doesn't seem like Greene County is going to want to indulge my mother much further, and that's where we'll leave it.
well, no, I'll just let everybody know. So I was told when I first asked for Nick's file, I was
in 2024. Let everybody know it was in 2024.
Yeah, but when I first asked for Nick's file, I was told that I was the very first person to ever ask for Nick's file. And I was told that I would get everything and that it would cost over $1,800 to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's why I actually did a crowdfund.
And in the crowdfund, she mentioned that she was going to put watermarks on it and go through everything before
Yes,
she
I
posted
did.
it. I want to make
Mhm.
that very clear.
Yeah, but I was just trying to say that so I was originally given the $1,800 quote. And so when I went back after Nicholas's habeas corpus was denied,
Mm-hmm.
I went back that morning as soon as I found out it was denied and immediately put in a request. Hey, Billy Knox. And I was told that I was going to get everything. Well, then I was told later on that I was going to get everything, but it was going to cost like a little under $800. And I was like, well, why? I don't understand that. Why did you give me the $1,800 quote at first? And now I'm getting under basically $1,000 less. And I didn't get any, confirmation or whatever. And then I got sent a lot of things, 11,000 files, but I only got sent like 65 videos. And so it's just all like really confusing. And I went back, and actually the day that I got the day that I paid for the FOIA, they told me that I could then turn around and ask for some specific searches in the history of either emails or whatever. And so I turned right around and I sent them another FOIA, and she's like, oh, wait a minute. Wait and see what you have before you come back to me and ask for more stuff. And so I perused it. I found some things that weren't appropriate, told them, had been in communication and stuff. And then I realized that I had asked for the SD card that was in the camera, and they didn't address it or deny it. So then I came back around and asked Greene County, hey, do you have the SD card? You didn't address it and you didn't deny it, and asked them about that. They said that there is absolutely nothing more that they can give me, and that I have absolutely everything on the case. But I know I don't, because like I said, Carolina Girl got more videos than me, and there were all kinds of different FOIAs being sent out that were all different. And so I'm just glad it's all getting out, but I don't want to go and ask Greene County again, hey, you told me I got everything, but then I didn't. And then my husband's like, well, are you going to just let them do you like that? I'm
Okay.
like, I don't know.
I'm pettier than she is.
What?
I'm gonna just say it real quick.
Wait, what?
You. I'm pettier than you
Okay,
are.
but I don't-
no. I was that was
Oh.
completely unrelated. I took a picture of something somebody said in chat that has nothing to do with what we're
Oh,
talking about.
okay.
But it's something Dustin, I think you would find it interesting. But anyway, I'll send it to you somewhere else. Anyway, nothing to do with what we're talking about at all.
Okay.
But I'm pettier than she is, so I will just say it. Being that other people got certain information, and we're not mad about that. That's really cool. But my mom had to pay for the labor other people blacked out the amount that they paid for the FOIA.
Yeah, I don't
but
care
all
about
I'm
that.
trying
I
to
don't care
say
about
is they sent her not that much. Not that
doesn't matter.
much.
It
And
doesn't
a lot
matter.
of other people have other stuff.
It doesn't matter. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
I don't
But
care. It's out.
It's out. And that's all that matters. That's all
Okay.
that matters.
And I
We want the SD card though. They need
Yeah.
to give you
Yes.
that SD card
Yes.
stuff.
And so I'm
Yes.
waiting. I was told that I needed to send it to Wisconsin. So that's what I did. And so we're waiting to hear from Wisconsin.
And I wonder too, like playing devil's advocate just a little bit, like how overwhelming. Like,
Yeah.
did they even know what they were, like there's just so much.
Well, and that's why I was like so nice to them, because I was like, I sent her flowers. I was like, I know you deal with crappy people all the time. Here's from Into the Weeds podcast. We're sorry that you have to deal with these people.
Trying to be human, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it backfires on you too about that too. But it's all
Because
right.
people just suck. And that's what you have to do when you deal with people. And it's okay.
Yeah.
When you talk to people, you have to deal with people.
Yeah. But it's very interesting. I'm just glad it's all out and we can all share and we can all look together at everybody's stuff and come together as a community and try to suss it out.
Because there's so much stuff that we even got sent that we've sent out to other people and they found so much stuff that we didn't find.
Yeah.
So every single voice that is on this case matters because every person notices something that the other person doesn't. Because you might notice a website or a person or anything that's mentioned that the other person just doesn't even think anything of, but it turns out to be a whole rabbit hole in itself. So
Well, and we know that nobody's gotten everything from them because one thing I have been specifically waiting for is DNA analysis. Where the hell are those? Nobody's gotten them. I've requested them. I don't know if you did, but
I just requested everything.
we know it was in the crime and not to be that person, but it's illegal to withhold. You can actually file paperwork and charge them up to $100 for every day past the deadline that they have not delivered the stuff.
Yeah, no, they owe you a duty of service.
They do.
Yeah. And so I guess what we need to do is all come together and try to figure out what we do have and what we don't have. And that's what I was trying to kind of do in the background. But yeah, we've got to do that. We've got to figure out what we do have and what we don't have and what we need to ask for.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I'm the one that should ask for it, since I was told straight point blank, that they've sent me everything that they can possibly send me.
And then we've been sent multiple things that we didn't get sent that we paid for.
Yes.
If you want, Amber, I will file an additional one. And there's two things that I'm looking for. We can communicate outside of this.
Yeah.
But if there's something else you're looking for, I will add it to my request and resubmit.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're welcome.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it, but I just want to know what we all have, because it's like I have a lot of stuff.
Somebody in the chat asked what Johnson Trudy, what DNA analysis, what for what? Well, there is literal blood spatter on Gypsy. What is that? Is that Gypsy's blood? Whose blood is that? And why is it on Gypsy's shirt that she wore multiple days, changed out of, but then changed back into?
Well, and there's also, gosh, I can't remember the girl's name now, but she just did the video about the body fluid next to the bed. I want to know what that was. Was that urine? Was that semen? Was that spit? What kind of body fluid was that?
Yeah, period blood, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I find it interesting that Nick's mom and stepdad never mentioned the fact, or I don't remember them mentioning the fact that Nick was cut on his finger.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty decent cut on his finger.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, maybe the blood on Gypsy's shirt was from Nick's finger.
But it's splatter. It's not transfer. You can tell by looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just confusing. Yeah, I definitely want to know about whose blood is on that shirt. So, but yeah.
And I want to know if there was any skin particles underneath Dee Dee's nails, because Nick sticks to the story that Dee Dee scratched him. And I say this as a big girl. If I am laying like this, Y'all know y'all can't see because it puts my hand over my face, but there's no way I can reach over myself, much less scratch somebody all the way across their back in addition.
No.
Physically, it does not make sense.
Well, I've always thought that Gypsy did that to him.
I do too, but Nick's people or whatever stand by Dee Dee did that. But if Dee Dee absolutely did that, his skin will be underneath her nails.
You know, I was listening to the Ward case studies last night, and she said that she has an interview with the women who started what later became NPG in 2008, 2019. You need to go look. We all need to go look for that video because I want to know more about them.
Well, and somebody in the comments said Nick had 2 shirts on. They're not wrong. He did have a black pullover zip up sweater. In addition to that, he had the black clown shirt. He did not have the gray shirt that Gypsy is wearing. That shirt, he's not seen in it at any point in time. And I cannot remember. I believe it's him that says Gypsy's been wearing the same clothes since she got to Wisconsin. But Nick changed his clothes at the crime scene, and Nick has not said that in his interview that I heard, but we have proof of that because we have where he's texting Gypsy about what he is wearing, and then we have the cab driver saying, I picked Nick up in a white t-shirt and jeans.
He's actually wearing a white t-shirt and shorts, if I remember correctly, because of the video
hotel.
I have. Yeah, the hotel video.
Yep.
So I can't remember if I released that or not, but yeah.
I've seen it, but I don't know if it was on yours.
Yeah, I can't remember. And some of my videos are corrupted, surveillance videos and stuff. Millennial was trying to help me with it. And then there is a video or an interview with Debbie Akers, I believe. And she's the one who I believe son was like, they said that her son was like breaking into Gypsy and Dee Dee's house or something like that.
Well, Debbie Akers was a neighbor who Gypsy had talked bad about in her Facebook messages to Aaliyah. She
Okay.
said Debbie Akers is sleeping with a 16-year-old guy and she's in her 40s or something like that. And then, which, Gypsy was doing similar things at the time. And whenever Dee Dee filed the police report about the medicine that apparently Gypsy stole, they put out the rumor that maybe it was Debbie Akers or her family that did it.
Okay. So yeah, I need
basically Debbie Akers is just a scapegoat, and I'm pretty sure, isn't there an interview with Debbie Akers talking about lending Dee Dee money? Maybe that's somebody else, but
somebody, I don't remember who, but
yeah,
I can't remember who that is.
it's pretty wild.
What?
I asked Dominique about stolen mail, and she said some of her mail had been stolen. She was with a set of mailboxes that was even further down the road, and she didn't think that she'd ever seen Gypsy that far down. It would have been quite a little stroll for her, but she had trouble with her mail too getting stolen.
Her outgoing mail?
I don't remember if I asked that. Just
because that's all that Dee Dee had stolen. It was a bundle of outgoing mail just from Dee Dee that was dumped on Norton.
But don't we also wonder if she was taking mail coming in and stealing gift cards?
Yeah.
Yes, because she took gift cards to Nick that was meant for Dee Dee.
Right.
Yeah, and we see in one of the police interrogations, I don't remember who it was, but they say that Dee Dee's mail was being stolen and there was money that was going missing. But we also have the crime scene photos from Nick's house where Gypsy had the gift cards with Dee Dee's name on it.
Girl, she loved a 5-finger discount, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
The crazy thing is that she had the one. Dee Dee had one, I think hers was $25, and there was one addressed to Gypsy for $50. So she was greedy as hell because she said, I got $50, but really I need $75. And she 50 to death people in prison emails, didn't she, Millie?
Oh my God, she did. Like, it was wild. She was like, your goddess is not pleased. You need to, I want my $50.
So I asked my cousin about the $50 increments, and she's like, no, there's nothing to the $50 increments. It's just whatever she chose. She said, actually, what she said is she probably tried higher at one point and realized that the $50 mark was the best ask.
We wondered why it was with $50. She always wanted $50.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start asking people for $50 because $50 adds up, y'all.
Yeah.
As somebody with experience, $50 is really easy to get, and it's not that much, but it's enough. It's enough.
I asked Dominique.
You made a weird face. I was never in prison. I never did anything illegal. I feel like I've been very clear with the kind of person that I am. Anyway, doesn't matter. Love you. Kisses.
I asked Dominique if she considered Dee Dee a grifter, and she said no, a hustler. Like, I just feel like she wanted the best for her daughter, and she did things to get good trips, and but there wasn't the concept of them lying at that point. You know, she doesn't know all of this that we know. So,
which I think that fits into what a lot of us have said is that Dee Dee wasn't necessarily just grifting to grift. It was in order to provide for her daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Dustin, I heard you laughing a little bit. Did you have any thoughts on that?
It's like, I get it. I understand trying to make ends meet for your kid, but like, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about this. I just feel like Gypsy probably did learn some things from Dee Dee, but I think Dee Dee might have been doing it from a place to care for Gypsy, and Gypsy took that and she's like, oh, I just want it all. Just give me all your $50 and your wigs and all of that.
No kidding.
Yeah, she went above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's all she knew was manipulation, watching that. No matter what the intent was behind it. That's the lesson that was in your face.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And there's people saying too, maybe Gypsy was like, she was just never happy. It was just never enough. She just wanted more and more and more.
And she projected this air of wealth or privilege. She did have a certain amount of privilege.
In comparison to what a lot of people have, she was able to do a lot of cool shit. She was able to do a lot.
There is that video where Gypsy told Nick that she thought that her mom would help them with housing and this and that, like basically get them a habitat house and shit, all the same stuff. And BD was like, I can't. And she was like, so I don't know what we're going to do. And that's where she was going over their budgeting. She's like, we've got to get a car. We've got to get a house. We have to make bills. And I don't know how we're going to do it with your check.
Well, and I think it points to the part of her psychology of she's never satisfied. Like most people, they're going to get what they want. And okay, I have the satisfaction. I can sit with that and I'm pleased. But to her, it was, I got it. Now what else can I get?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and she's just moving right along into that now with her new grift in church.
Yeah.
You know, I came in as a humble, sinner, murderer, and now I've learned enough to where I'm redeemed, and I can just tell everybody how to be redeemed.
Not all sin is equal.
Well, how long until she starts passing around the virtual like offering plate? Like,
You're gonna be telling people now you got to pay your tithing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that church doesn't watch out, they may have their new minister on hand.
Like Kenneth Copeland and be like, I had to buy that private jet from Tyler Perry. I just had to. The deal was so good.
Couldn't pass it up.
I don't know how to confirm this, but Dominique said that Dee Dee was the treasurer of the HOA in the neighborhood.
Really?
Which
So
I found.
We do have information that she was a part of the HOA.
Really? The treasurer is a big
She
deal.
said
That's
she was something like a secretary or something, and then later she goes, "Oh, she was the treasurer," and I was like, "Well, that tracks."
I forget who it is. They did the interview and they were saying that Dee Dee was supposed to show up for like the community cleaning, and he says what her position is in that summation from the police.
Yeah,
I can't
Martin
remember
Goff.
what he says, but he does say she didn't show up, and he like just assumed that she was sick or not feeling well for the community cleanup. So we do know that she was part of the HOA, like she was a member, not just a living resident.
And that's where the Pepsi came from.
Where's the Pepsi?
To those who know, they know, and to those who don't, you'll
find
I
a
miss,
lucky person.
I missed that error, but I still get the joke.
But you know exactly what was happening, and she is funny.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay, so
oh my God! Someone in the comments said it would be wild if Gypsy made videos dressed as a nun.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
There might be some. Don't count it
There
out
might be
yet.
Hey, if y'all
Pray
look
for us.
at our Halloween video, not 2025 but 2024, I'm dressed as a sexy nun. Sue me. Sue me.
Okay,
I
anyways.
role played as one. It's okay.
Oh, girl. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. She doesn't want to know.
Secretary of the
No,
HOA.
I don't. Okay, so there is this one video.
Yeah.
I don't know how far we're going to get into it, but he said Nick starts saying some weird stuff.
Are you going to puss out? You said
No, Nick says weird stuff.
I just
Did you say cut the crop, dear?
Yeah, I just
Cut the
don't know
crap,
how much
dude.
I can get through it.
Yeah, it's a lot. He's hard to listen to. We don't say that out of any malice in our hearts towards Nick. It's
How
hard.
long is it?
That shows.
It's actually out of pity and shock that Gypsy tried to portray in her 2024 memoir that Nick could have been a best-selling, million copy selling author because his writing was so detailed she could feel the Raptors, see the Raptors, and like feel the castle walls. And we're watching his videos, and it's like we don't see the Raptors. We don't feel the castle walls. We're falling the freak asleep.
It's
Millennial.
not giving what it was supposed to give.
Well, and I think that people aren't necessarily laughing at them. It's more, or laughing at him, sorry. I think it's more of laughing at how much we've been duped because we have Gypsy, we have her bestie, her ex-manager, whatever, who's like, oh my God, he was this forceful guy. And then it's giving 8-year-old with a camera.
I mean, you're not kidding.
That's not shady. That's truthful.
Right.
No, for real.
How long is this video though?
It is.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out
The
if
date.
I can even find it now.
because it started giving her issues. It said not playable.
Yeah.
But real quick, millennial, you say Raptors. Okay. I'm gonna be real. I did not know that word. I Googled it. I could
That
not
is
find anything about Raptors.
It's something Nick made up, according to Gypsy.
Okay, so explain
Isn't
it.
a dinosaur?
Oh, let me look at, you know what? Let me search her Kindle book real quick. That's why I have it on Kindle, so I can search it and we can debunk shit.
It does sound a little bit like
The Raptors.
Raptor.
It's a winged unicorn. It's a mythical creature combining a horse and a unicorn horn and wings.
Okay.
That's some
Whenever
shit she
millennial says
Googled.
it.
That's something she
Gypsy
Googled.
says,
Yeah.
in our elaborate conversations, he'd command as many minions and gargoyles to swoop me out of my princess room and into a dimension in which I was his queen. His queen. Nick's storytelling captivated me. Precise, colorful, detailed, and well crafted. If he hadn't included the perversion and the savage and depraved violence, he could have turned his stories into novels and sold millions of copies. I could feel the grooves of the stone walls of his castle and the smoothness of the horns of the Raptors circling the labyrinth. Proper names of his creations rolled off his tongue, suspending my belief in glorious ways, and night after night I drank from the chalice of his escape.
Okay, for first and foremost, spell Raptors for me real quick.
Hooked on phonics can't do it for
C-E-R-A-P.
E-E-R, yeah.
I'm sorry, what's up?
P-O-R.
In her book, it's CERAPTERS because Gypsy can't spell.
You would think that after Melissa Moore and God knows who else put it up, they would be able to figure it out. AI overview, even though I hate AI. An alternative common name for the mythological creature known as a winged unicorn. You're right, Audrey. What the hell?
So did she have better speakers than us? And like maybe there's another Nick we don't know, because you can't hear him half the time. And like I was reading their emails and even, or not their emails, their Facebook messages, and even those are a clusterfuck of confusion. Like it, I
You
haven't even
don't feel
went
the
back to 'em
surrounders.
because it melted my brain after 2 days.
I get it, man. It's like, yeah, she just threw whatever could stick on a wall, and that's what she stuck with. And it's
But
like,
in 2024, post prison, she wanted us to believe that Nick could write so good. So good. Like you could just feel and see, and you would want to do everything he said too.
Well, you wouldn't be able to help but fall under his spell.
Fall under his spell. And so everybody who's watching this, whether you've seen our videos previous to this or not, I want you to watch Nick and wonder if you've fallen under his spell, his raptors. I know that 1970 has probably heard way too much word raptors over the last month.
Well, and I think that it goes towards her level of trying to manipulate the audience. Is she was like, you know what? They're going to take me for my word. She never thought about any of this for a second coming out.
No. Not originally, no.
No, because why would you think any of this stuff would be sent to somebody else?
No.
I mean,
then why the credit?
I genuinely, I'm not trying to be shady. I genuinely cannot remember who posted this, but it was somebody who is more on the pro Gypsy side, and they're like, how would you feel if you were posted all this stuff? I'd be embarrassed, but it wouldn't be as bad as this. I mean, good Lord. Y'all want to see a picture of me in my underwear? Look on my Instagram. Alora Flowers, I got you. You can see butt cheeks. It's fine.
Go in there now. No, I'm just kidding.
I love
it. Won't be deleted. You can still see.
Well, and it's like all of us
like 30 pounds lighter.
All of us have embarrassing things that we have done, that we have said in private messages, that we have even posted. But at the end of the day, it did not escalate to the point of us having somebody kill somebody.
Yes.
No, I feel like she was exceptionally pernicious in what she did with him.
Yeah.
Great word.
Word of the day. Come on, y'all.
Define it for those that don't know, Dustin.
It means to string somebody along in a manipulative way to their detriment.
Stop.
There you go. Now y'all know. Me too, because I heard it and I did not.
When I did this thing, I was just letting everybody know how much I love my mother, and she's still here. We're doing a podcast together. As much stupid shit as I've done, and she can attest, I've done a lot of stupid stuff. I love my mother, and she's still alive. Urban Dictionary has traumatized me. Okay, I had to explain to my grandmother.
Pernicious pervert.
Yes.
Well, that's what the other day on my live stream, whenever we were talking about the storylines that and this is just, we do these live streams for pure speculation. It seems like Gypsy Rose took storylines from V.C. Andrews' books. This is not going over facts. This is just us having fun and speculating. However, I forgot what I was saying.
Her taking storylines from books, and I would agree. I also think that she did the Laurel K. Hamilton and Anita Blake series, which ties into her loving what was the movie her mom was supposedly in?
Interview with
a Vampire.
Yes. Like there's so many things that you can point to. Movies, whether it's a vampire movie, whether it's a Disney movie, like there's just, or like we were saying earlier, Bubba Gump or Forrest Gump, not Bubba Gump. Like it's all an act for her. There's no genuine personality. She sees a movie and she thinks, how can I fit that somewhere in my life?
There are so many wild stories with her that, her life is so well documented at this point that you can try and piece back literal, events and things with it. And so often it just comes up that this is a pure fabrication. Where did she get this from? And then we find her posting about VC Andrews and different things like that. And yeah, it's very interesting to look at the influences that she shared from her life versus the stories that she created that have no facts to back them up.
Absolutely. And somebody
And I
mentioned
can't
it-
remember the original point.
someone mentioned it in the comments, but Twilight, that was a huge inspiration for her and something that I brought up several lives ago. Sorry, mommy. I love you. I was just trying to hand that to you so you could put it back on the table. My bad. I'm not trying to be rude. Anyway, the 9/11 to 50 Shades of Grey pipeline. It is 9/11 happened.
Okay.
And then, okay, you're trying to. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I upset you.
No,
Okay. 9/11 happened. Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance witnessed it. Stephanie Meyer had a wet dream about Gerard from My Chemical Romance. She made Twilight, and then Twilight was 50 Shades of Grey was a Twilight fan fiction. So
Gypsy even posted about that.
Keeps going
Oh, so
on.
Gypsy knew the lore
Wait,
about it?
she
She knew that 50 Shades of Grey was Twilight fanfic. She
Oh,
posted about that on Emma Rose several times.
Then she knew about Gerard Way.
Okay.
Love Gerard Way. Mwah.
So
Gerard
this,
Way is pretty cool.
this
Gerard Way is pretty cool.
video,
I saw him in September. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
this video is interesting. So it says it's Master's bonus video with Nick at ending. So he starts talking about some weird things, and I just want you guys to just kind of listen. If it gets too boring or whatever, just let me know and we'll stop it. But like, it's hard to listen to him.
But we'll put it out.
But we'll put
regardless.
it out, definitely. But it is hard to listen to him.
Did
so
you have a question, Audrey? I'm sorry.
The date.
I do not have that because this is in a Google Drive, and
Carolina Girl is who we got this from.
let me see.
Okay.
If we can't find it, Carolina Girl should have some information on
Wait,
it.
Well, and if she's uploaded it, she's pretty good about putting the date with them. So,
Hold on. Nope. Okay, it's modified June 10th, 2013.
Okay. And yeah, Carolina Girl, everybody who's watching, she's a pretty good resource, or she's a really good resource. I don't know why I said that like that. Anyway, she's a really good resource, and she has posted other stuff that we haven't even gotten. So everybody check her out. She has some other episodes. She has some other videos that we don't have.
Yeah.
So all credit to her. Thank you very much, Carolina Girl.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what exactly we're going to get into, but it's going to be interesting. So, Millennial, I need you to
can you tell me how long it is too? Because I really need to pee.
11 minutes and 31 seconds.
I got plenty of time.
You did a quick pee, and I have to pee too, so we'll pee together.
Okay,
in tandem.
Millennial, can you take
Be right back.
Can you take this off stage? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
There
want
you
to kick it in case it kicked you off or something.
No problem.
Okay. So here we go. Okay.
Bring up the last point, and I hope you are ready for it. Gypsy. That last point is, when it comes to you putting a hex spell on somebody else, I repeat, you will give them a hex spell exactly as I tell you. If you don't, I will be angry at you. And if I'm angry at you, you're going to have some true trouble on your hands. Because even trying to use your magic on me will only condemn you even more. As I give you extremely serious face. Because I'm not joking around with that. Okay. Now that I warned you on that, just because I said that as I did, you better confirm it online that you understand you will do hex as I tell you, if I ever do tell you to do them. If you have decided you want to do them, you will do it as I tell you to. Because I'll probably give you an okay with it, and I'll tell you exactly what to do. If you end up wanting to do it to somebody. Obviously, your soulmate's off limits because you already learned what will happen to you if you try it. Since I already know that you get it like tenfold back, worse bad luck at yourself for each type of voodoo stuff you do. But anyways, when I said that about that hex spell, you will, I repeat, will, if you ever have to do it, you will first tell me and then do it. So this way I can tell you exactly how to make the hex spell work. I am not joking. I told you that it won't be right. And the only thing is, because I told you that I only want them for sex anyways, and that's it. When I have no feelings for them, I will go right back to you, just like that. Just like that. Right back to you. Because I have no feelings for them. It's all nothing but a sexual thing. Because of that, that means, yes, I would tell you to have them raped, but have it to where all of a sudden you turn into a gangbang that I would be involved in. Yes, make it to where they'd be welcoming somebody in to help them rape her, just like that. That's the kind of gangbang. The kind to where it will torn her spiritually to dust for life. That kind of extreme. That does not mean that it will kill her. It just means that she'll be broken forever while she lives. That kind of gangbang. As it will shred her ego to where she would never see herself the same ever again. If you can do this, as I know you can, confirm that you will do it when I ever tell you to do this for any of them. If I ever decide to see someone sexually and I just take advantage of them sexually. And that's all I wanted them for. I hope I made myself clear on this. And I did mention Demona, so I'll have to mention her for the ending as well. Because that means it allowed her to have reason to listen to this as much as you did. Okay. Demona and Gypsy. Demona and Gypsy. I love and adore you both. Deeply. Always will. Stay obedient to me as you always have been. Answer everything I said on this video. And answer everything I said on the one before this. Now that I said that, good night for now. And I'll obviously talk to you the next video you guys earn. Bye until then. And one more thing. Because Gypsy earned it, she's been so obedient to me. There you go. Now I said that, nothing more to say. But, bye-bye. Oh, I suppose there is one last thing to say. As I might make you laugh about that, which is okay. I don't mind it, as I'm supposed to be everything. While I'm also down the figure. Gypsy. There's so many that's not fully at health. He's still dealing with his nose being stuffed up. That's pretty much all he's having to do with now. But other than that, he's pretty much, I'd have to say, 97, 98% better now. Just give you an update on that to make you feel better about that. And other than that, I might as well end this video with your soulmate talking to you. Oh, and before I give you him, you may want to confirm to Nick that you will do what I tell you to do, whether he likes it or not, because he knows that as long as you do as I say, we all will be happy. Because if you do what I say, you make me happy. You make me happy. He sees that you're happy. If he sees you're happy, that means he'll see that himself is happy. See how that works. Meaning all three of you are around me. You all must think of my happiness than your own after work. And that's how it will work. All right, Gypsy. I made this video a good 20 minutes, and it's very, very well, great. You know the word. Great. Great. Oh, what the hell, I'll say it. Great quality. Because I did make it that kind of one, even though it seems to not be as good as I would have thought it would have been. Gypsy and Dimona. Sorry for missing your name up there. Said it so fast, I forgot to put the M-O in there. Gypsy and Dimona. I'm just thinking before I let this go, I figured I would think of something last to say. Oh, I don't care whatever one of you that wants to say to Nick, but one of you will. Probably Gypsy, because she is usually able to speak to him in a way where he can understand and be okay and willing to accept things. The thing I want you to tell Nick, Gypsy, is that when it comes to being my slave, you will listen to me before you listen to him. You will do this because it's at your own best of protection and your own best of interest to make sure that you're best taken care of. You know that he would be as kind to you, as friendly to you as possible. You know that he would do that. But there's no one that will look over you, the guy will. So you better tell him that my authority is over his. And if I got that straight, you'll do it. And I'll see you do it, as obedient as you should be towards me. Like I said, I give you or Dimona the option to do it. One of you will have to do it online. And on cam, not to mention. So you'll have time before you have to do it. Now that I told you what you'll have to do, and how you'll have to do it, believe me, he is selfless like you are. He'll understand. And not to mention, he also has this submissiveness. So he'll be willing to accept it if you say it to him correctly. Now, here's your soulmate. And one other thing, the other half of your soulmate, I meant. And one other thing, just to remind you too. Stay obedient to me. And make sure my actual happiness is at the top of your list of what must be done. No matter what it is you must do to obey me to make sure I'm happy. Okay, here's your soulmates. And a last reminder, I'm gonna adore you both. Good night for now, and here he is. Hey, I'm on cam. Oh, wait, you just told me I'm on cam. Hey, honey. Oh, okay, he wants me to say goodnight to you. Love and adore you, my darling. Oh, and my sweetheart, Dimona, too. Yeah. Well, I love and adore you both. Good night, my sweethearts. And whatever your master Victor said, I'm obviously thinking that that'd be important. I see it's already around almost 25 minutes. Because it is, darlings. Oh, yeah. Please make sure that you do this stuff as he said, dear. Both of my dears. Both of our dears, actually. And I hope you both do make him proud of you. Well, let me adore you, my sweethearts. And I'll do a two-handed kiss so it goes to both of you at the same time, my dears. And then I'll click it, which means I'm gonna stop it right after that moment, my dear. Which will be so adorable if I does with you. Yes, it will. Okay, my dears. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, that was yeah.
Yikes. You caught me going like this because of the good Lord before you warned me that you were putting it on.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I really can't, like, I really have to be in the mood to listen to him.
It's very difficult, I will admit.
It's all over the place.
Did
You
anybody
feel the Raptors?
I could feel the Raptors. I was absent for a little bit of it because I went to the bathroom and then I went upstairs. But did anybody hear people talking behind him?
Yeah,
I
so
can hear. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, usually it's like Quinn or his stepdad or his mom in the background.
Yeah.
He was sitting there filming this with people in the room with him.
No, but you could hear them in the other rooms and outside and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm not saying that's how it was, but in my brain, I imagine him sitting in a car with a bunch of people around the car. I'm sure that's not how it was, but that's how I imagined it in my brain.
I apologize for the background noise. 1 second. My cat's fucking shit up.
Oh, we didn't hear anything.
Ooh, your kitty cat.
No.
I like at the end where
Audrey
he
Shorts.
I'm
trying to stay awake after Nick.
I know. I like at the end where he switches back to Nick knowing he's lovey, blowing kisses, and
I know.
I like your shorts, Audrey.
Thanks. They were awfully short. I noticed that whenever I stood up, but it was too late.
Ooh, did I miss the
I just
booty
remembered you
clap?
talking about him beforehand.
Oh,
Booty, booty. Let's go. No, I'm just playing. But yeah.
I can't imagine her watching through all of these. I can't imagine that actually.
And then being turned on.
Girl, like a
She
waterfall.
saw those.
Her saying, I was just so madly in love with him and I was captivated by everything he said. Like, girl, are you okay? Are you okay?
well,
To get out of prison and say in her memoir in 2024 that he could have been a best-selling author.
Well, I mean, I saw the guys writing to her. They didn't do very well either.
I mean, she didn't really
Yeah,
have a bunch of Chads writing her in prison.
Well, and I think whenever her mom was looking for a place for her to go that was for the disabled, like, I think this is why.
Yeah. And I mean, me saying that thing about the Chads, that kind of reminds me. So, like, she came out with that, like, maybe 2 years ago when she was kind of fresh out of prison. She's like, oh, you don't have a Chad and blah, 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 blah. That's very, like, online, anti-women, like, weirdo vocabulary. That's not, like, the normal thing that people talk about. If people
Like a
talk
dog
about
whistle?
Chads, it is exactly a dog whistle. Thank you, millennial. That is exactly what that is. And it's for like freaking weirdos who are in like an incel universe.
I feel like the
Genuinely.
more, I'm sorry.
No, that's
Go
not.
ahead, Dustin.
I just feel like the more I see of Nick, it's it's becoming more obvious to me that Gypsy, there was a very clear power dynamic there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and we still see to this day that Gypsy latches on to people that she can control.
Mhm.
And if she can't control you, you're an enemy.
Although
And maybe that's how Dee Dee was too. I mean, she only controlled Gypsy, but that origin started there too, I believe.
Yeah.
maybe there was something I was going to say. I don't remember what it was.
Did it have to do with incels? No, sorry. That's what I brought
If
up.
it's him, it's war. If it's him, it's war.
War. She put like an extra AW in there. War.
Or the one I watched today, Love.
Love. War and love.
She's really trying to adapt that Louisiana accent.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and I find it interesting that all of these years we've been led to believe that Gypsy was afraid of this man because he was this scary, terrible monster. And all I'm seeing is a guy who was sending some really awkward ass videos. That's it.
I mean,
Yeah, I can't imagine watching those videos and not blocking him and instead buying him a bus ticket.
Yeah.
2 bus tickets, right?
Yeah.
Or am I crazy? 2?
2 bus tickets.
For the Cinderella movie and then for the
crime. What happened? The inevitable.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just all around delusional, deranged, and we're supposed to all just pretend like none of this happened.
Yeah.
She was shopping
Or that
around.
it's
I mean, she
believable
found
that
him.
he was this big crazy monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, y'all, I feel like everybody on panel would agree, like, you don't need to, we're not trying to like bully a victim or make a perfect victim. But the same
No.
thing could be said for Dee Dee. She was not a perfect victim. I mean, she had issues, and I'm willing to admit that. I'm sure everybody on panel is willing to admit that. But
Well,
it's
and I
like,
think that
origin, obviously.
yeah,
personally, that term pisses me off, perfect victim, because what even is that? Because if you want to give a definition to a perfect victim, I think Dee Dee being dead would qualify her as the perfect victim.
yeah, and that's another thing that I see thrown around a lot with if anybody knows about what's going on with Drake Bell. Well, he had some things happen to him as a child. It's been proven that that's what happened to him as a child. Things were rumored for years, but now it's official. And people are like, wow, that like totally excuses this weird thing that he got, that he pled guilty for. No, it doesn't. I mean, like, I feel bad for what happened to him as a child, but that doesn't excuse the things that he did as an adult.
Continuing it is a choice.
Yes, it is.
But
100%.
But people who support Gypsy, it's like they totally support I mean, whatever she does, yes, queen, you know, and it's like she can do no wrong.
It's like, I get it. Like, you feel bad for the things that you think that happened, but if you actually look into the evidence, and we're not trying to find this evidence, it just came upon us until we saw these videos. I didn't fully accept that. I don't think she was abused in a lot of ways. There's some things that I could be convinced of potentially, but like, I don't know for a fact. But after seeing these videos, I feel just so differently than I did just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
If you watch videos that I was talking about when we were at CrimeCon in September, I was saying that I thought Dee Dee was crazy, but I'm not seeing that now. I'm just not.
I think Dee Dee was willing to go to extremes to protect her. And I think that Dee Dee did think that she was slow or disabled, whatever the technical term may be these days. And I think that whenever she told her you can't date because you are mature, or till you are mature, I think that it was logical.
The neighbor that I interviewed called Dee Dee immature. She said they were really the same person. They mirrored each other.
And that's what I was going to say. Can't we all agree that these two people probably were slower than the average person and probably not mature, and they obviously didn't have any level footing. I mean, they were all in fantasy world and Disney and stuff, so there wasn't like any firm foundation.
They were both always talked about Disney. And
I've always wondered about Dee Dee's mental state after being thrown out of the family home and experiencing homelessness with a child that was quite sick at the time. And by everyone's admission that Rod wasn't helpful at the time. And then finally getting into stable housing with the Section 8 and Slidell, Louisiana, just to have the flooding from Katrina and the levees break in, run them out of that. They had to evacuate before, and then got evacuated from there to Missouri. And then from there, just treated like queens. Absolutely. And I've always wondered about Dee Dee's mental trauma of fear of homelessness again, and that kind of losing everything that she'd experienced at that point multiple times.
Well, and I think go ahead, Dustin.
I just have a question, like, because obviously I'm not as well versed in this stuff as you guys. Do we think that Dee Dee had any inclination that this was going to happen to her? Like, we know now that she was maybe in theory trying to plan to get Gypsy out, but do we think that murder was in the back of her mind? Do we think she was sleeping with one eye open?
Yes.
I think so, because according to Gypsy, her last words were, "Do not hurt me."
I think so because Gypsy shot her with a BB gun in 2011 and held a knife over her on the toilet, even by her own admission in her book. And also from Audrey has the receipts on that with the medical documents where Dee Dee went and got the pellets taken out of her flesh. So I think from 2011 on, Dee Dee was well aware that Gypsy was ready to kill her.
Well, and
And
Gypsy
trying to figure out how
said,
to handle it.
yeah, it said Gypsy said in her book that they were equals now, or
Mhm.
that Honey was afraid of Baby now.
She knew that Baby could be violent.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yep.
And not to throw this out there, but that goes back to the number 13 because whenever her mom went to the emergency room, it was June 13th, 2011.
Wow.
I wonder if the 13 has anything to do with her mind and like what she thinks witchcraft is.
Probably.
Maybe.
Knowing Gypsy, probably
even-
with
Yeah, I mean that is a witchcraft
Yeah.
number. I've heard people bring up Taylor Swift. I don't know if I really think that's a connection personally.
I think that she thinks she's like Taylor Swift and she has all these cool little nuggets and she has a favorite number. And I think that she's delusional enough to think that she's as popular as Taylor Swift. And maybe she might be known, not quite to the level that Taylor Swift is, but it's not popularity, it's infamy.
Well,
Yes.
and now she's trying to mimic Meghan Markle, and Meghan Markle's not really famous. She's infamous too.
I don't think she's
I
doing
would
it
have never clocked
intentionally.
that. I can't remember who said that on the podcast, but that really clicked for me. She is definitely, in my opinion, trying to mimic Meghan Markle.
Yes, yes.
I know somebody said that they thought that we were making a race comment when you said something about Meghan Markle.
Oh no.
Definitely not. If you just look into the stuff she's done over the years, it's kind of weird. And she was an original supporter of Meghan
Yeah, no.
Markle.
I originally supported Megan. I was like super over the moon and excited. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning to watch their dumb wedding. And
Well,
I thought it was great until it wasn't.
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Fair enough.
So I just started paying attention, and then when I drifted over to this topic, Gypsy Rose, I was like, what the hell's going on? I feel like I'm repeating Meghan Markle. It's really
Same
weird.
person. Same person.
Yeah.
It happens a lot
You know,
though. Investigating these
not-
cases, it's the same person.
Yeah. Not to change the subject, but something I noticed whenever I was reading through Gypsy's book earlier, looking for stuff about what we were going to talk about tonight, is she talked about how with trying to do the meeting at the Cinderella movie, that she was trying to change the narrative and bake it into the story that Dee Dee could meet Nick right off the bat and stuff. And I thought, oh, that's interesting that you admit that you try and create baked in narratives to stories and stuff.
Yeah. She does admit that. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Well,
clearly.
And going to the whole meeting, I think it's important for people to remember Nick said he thought that meeting went great. It wasn't till Gypsy got home that she told him, oh, my mom freaked out,
Yeah.
blah, 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 which also brings into question, now that I think about it, and we've looked up to the date, Nick's saying she reached out to me and told me how her mom didn't agree and blah, 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 blah. How was she doing that from the shed?
Yeah,
That
because we've
discredits that story
disproved the
right there.
shed. We've disproved the shed with those Facebook posts, and it seems like the only narrative we have about that, of it being so bad, is from Gypsy.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Nick also says that Dee Dee was nice to him.
Yeah.
And so how much interaction did they have that day? Did they have any interaction after that day other than
Dee Dee had to have known it was a date, because why would she let her daughter sit with this man?
yeah.
Like,
It's weird. Yeah.
She's trying to act like we have to suspend reality and believe that her mom was a helicopter parent, was on her butt all the time, and yet moved away several seats forward to where she couldn't see what was going on with this weird man. That makes no damn sense at all.
And let them go to the bathroom together.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, I mean, if she was that helicopter-y as Gypsy describes, I mean, Gypsy claims she couldn't change clothes without Dee Dee setting a timer, that she was able to go to the bathroom and have Nick follow her and Dee Dee didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin saw something.
Yeah, no, Whitney made a really good point. It sounds like she was triangulating. She was like turning Nick against Dee Dee and Dee Dee against Nick when there might not have even really been a problem there.
And that's her pattern.
Gypsy still does that shit to this day. Look at Ken and Ryan. Look at the guys that were messaging her in prison. Look at even like whenever fucking Mia would say something and Christy would say something else, she was triangulating them. Like that is her go-to. She wants people to fight for her acceptance.
Yep. And she does. And Millennial even asked, I believe you asked Christy about that she wants.
Yeah. So in January of last year, someone that I had a little feud with copyright striked me, and I was on an she shall not be named. Copyright striked me, and so I was on a mutual friend's channel bitching about the copyright strike. And who pops up but Christy Blanchard? And she was like, "Hey, Millennial, I watch your channel all the time." And I was like, "Well, you know that I don't like her, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, I know, but I thought maybe I talk to you. Maybe you change your mind." I was like, "Well, that's not going to happen." But then I spoke of the person that copyright struck me, and I said, "One thing we can't agree on is I like her email firing her. That was nice." And, we can talk about that. And take me back, Amber. What was your point? I got lost in the details.
Talking to Christy.
Oh yeah, you were talking to Christy, and you asked her, well, why does Gypsy always have to have somebody fighting for her?
Thank you. Yes. So they asked me, well, do you have any questions for Christy? And I said, yes. I said, it seems to me like Gypsy really only wants people in her life who are willing to fight for her on social media. Seems like that's really important. Do you feel pressured to that? And Christy said no, and then went on to a long-tailed explanation that basically said yes after that, and in so many words. But it seems like that's really the case. Like everyone, even in her prison emails, everyone that she's willing to have close to her in a relationship has to fight for her on social media. Like that's an important requirement for whatever reason.
Yeah, Rachel Garlick was doing it for her.
And
I asked one of you guys had asked if she had a bi proxy while she was in prison, and I'm very looking forward to hearing that question answered. Who was her bi proxy in prison? Yeah, she had to have had one if she's had one all this time.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel Garlick clearly was the last half, but I wonder who was the first half.
Maybe it started off with Rachel.
Actually, Rachel would be the first half, and then the last half, Rachel wasn't there. So.
Oh, you're right, because so Rachel was in prison with her for a time, right? And then Rachel got out and was the bi proxy, but then Rachel went out of favor. In what was it, 2020, 2021, something like that?
Somewhere right after Ryan came in the picture, I think.
Yeah. And so there was someone after that, a bi proxy after that.
Yeah. So Ryan was her bi proxy, and now it's Bree. So who was her bi proxy while she was in prison, though? Who was standing up for her while she was in prison?
It depends on what it was. It might have been Rachel at points.
No, while Rachel was gone.
Oh, wow.
Christy Blanchard.
Christy. It could have been
whenever I ask that question, I mean more so in prison itself, not like out in the real world. Like who was handling business for her in there?
Yeah, and that's what. So like Amelia, but I don't.
Was it the alleged
I misunderstood
hung out with while she was there?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Never mind.
I was also thinking of another person, but I'm not going to bring her name up. But there is another
You mean
woman
like who was doing her dirty business for her inside the prison?
who was speaking for her. Who was the person who was taken up for her?
That's what I want to know.
Interesting.
She just always wants somebody to fight for her.
She does.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm very interested to see who comes up. I know there's one lady, but I don't think she was actually fighting for her. She was just more trying to be a good influence on her than anything else. So it'll be interesting to see what they say.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything else that we want to go over?
I've shared my stuff.
Okay.
We covered a good bit of it, but thank you guys all for coming, and thank you, Dustin, for showing up. I know that you're
thank you guys for having me.
Hey, we go live with this stuff every Saturday at 5 p.m., probably 6 p.m. some people's time. But regardless, you're welcome anytime. We'll just hit you up and pull up.
Thank you guys for having me. I want to do a really long deep dive video, so I'm going to start going through stuff too.
And if you have any questions, all of the people that are on panel are good people that could answer some of those questions.
And I definitely will reach out with questions.
Me less so. I remember some things and hardly anything else.
The girlies on here, if you want emails, it's millennial. If you want just some random stuff, it's probably Audrey. If you want stuff that was from at the actual time of the crime, you got Nancy. So
and Ashley as well.
And there's a couple things I'm going to send you that I told you about before the live that are on Alora Flowers on TikTok. If you see that, it's me just sending you some stupid stuff that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Dustin.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
very nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you everybody for being here. And Alora and I are going to read off our super chats and stuff.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a blessed evening.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, it's
we love and worship and adore you, Audrey.
Love, adore, and worship you.
I'm going to go write about this in my journal now.
Oh my God.
I'm kind of mad you don't still have your calming white bow on, but it's okay.
Oh, do you want me to end it with it? I'll do it really fast just for you. There we go.
Thank you.
Rocky
so
energy.
Have a great night.
Thank
Bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Dustin.
Bye, Dustin.
Bye.
Threw him off the screen.
No, he did it.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't do it. It's okay. Come on, Dustin. No, it's okay. Thank you guys so much. We're going to just go into our super chats and everything. And thank you very much. So, funerary girl, Melissa, I don't know who contacted who. Do you remember?
I think Melissa Moore contacted Gypsy, or she contacted Christy and Rod, I think.
I'm sure she did, but I would say that Audrey or Millennial would probably have the answer. It's very niche.
Yes, very much so.
Niche is the word. Thank you
Edgar.
So much, Edgar. What about Gypsy's black and white striped shirt? Do you recall? Are you talking about when she was in prison?
That's the only one I could think of.
That's the one I could think of, and that's the best she ever looked. In prison where she belongs. If Brie gets SD, she'll bury it. I mean, you're not wrong, but it seems like we're all getting sent different stuff, so who knows what's gonna come out. And I mean, from what I've seen, it seems very clear what's going on, but that's none of my business. Maybe Gypsy trashed the house after the crime. I mean, it's possible, but I have seen pictures from before the crime and videos from before the crime, and there were trash bags.
But there were only a few trash bags. It wasn't like.
But you didn't see the grand scheme of things. If you were to take a picture or video of anybody's house, Lord knows what you would see. You know what I mean?
And she could have just thrown them like off to the side or something like that.
Yeah, if I had trash bags all up in my house before I filmed a 40-minute video of me naked, I would have removed a couple trash bags. But that's just me. I've never recorded a 40-minute video of me naked. April 2015 was the burglary report. Okay. Yes. Let's see. Roxy Hart from Chicago. I have no clue who that is or what.
Me either.
I know who Roxy Andrews is. Where my people at? She doesn't know what I'm talking about. Some people might understand. Anyway, we love her too. The next moderator. Yeah, 1970. Back off. She's ours. 1970 says, she's all mine. Well, don't you feel so special up here on your high horse? All the new photos of her without the wig. Yes. Her and I were talking. We don't know. The pictures are kind of weird, but I will say it reminds me a lot of her mother. And what did her mother do? A lot of the stuff that Brie got arrested for.
When she first showed it to me, I genuinely thought that she was like trying to show me an old picture of my mom or something like that. And I was like, what?
And her mother did what Brie got charged for.
It was very interesting.
Thank you so much.
Even though my mom and Gypsy do not look anything alike.
And your mom, even as big of a whatever she was, I don't think she was anything like Gypsy. She would sit here and watch these videos and be like, screw that lady.
Oh, she'd have been pissed.
She'd be pissed. I wish Grandma was here to see this. I wish I had a relationship with Grandma. Anyway, eating disorder inflicted on another was brought up years back. Jeez. Yeah. You know what? As someone who's struggled with it, an ED is something very serious and very strong, and it's very hard to deal with. So,
and unfortunately, from the prison emails, we found that out.
Yeah, it's really hard, guys. It's really hard. She liked. I mean,
next.
Thank you, though. If wearing baggy clothes, she may have looked skinnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling she's on Ozempic or was taking it.
I mean,
she lost weight pretty fast.
It's possible, but also if you can read the emails that she sends out, it seems like she has a problem with food
she does
and stuff.
She does.
And even you have a problem with food, and it's not in the same way that I do, but you can have any kind of problem with food, and it can just make things totally whack.
Yeah, I have an issue with like eating a certain food for too long or
and eating disorder is a very broad spectrum, is all I have to say. So it can manifest in many different ways.
Yeah.
When you're isolated, you lose social graces. Being isolated due to PTSD, I could relate.
Yes, I know you can, Rebrand, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much for joining, and we miss you, and we love you. What if the pellet?
What if it was the pellet gun day? Maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Thank you to all. Gypsy.
Oh,
sorry. The Gypsy thing made me laugh.
The first time I saw that, I about died. And then some guy was like, oh, whoever put out these files should be in charge of the Epstein files.
I do not want that on my conscience.
And then somebody else said, the people who put this out work for the CIA because they're distracting us with the Gypsy files. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
No, we're just some random people from Missouri that saw some weird stuff happening and decided to file some FOIAs. Trippy hippie. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I agree. Millennials
always correct.
Like she's got that stuff down. So yeah, trippy hippie. Love that. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Amber. We love you.
You're welcome.
So excited to see Dustin on the Power Panel. Yes, thank you so much, Dustin, for pulling up here. We hope that we can have him again soon. Yeah. We talked a little bit beforehand, but I'd like to have him on for some stuff unrelated to Gypsy. But he's welcome on any panel. So, Dustin, if you're seeing this, like I said to you just a second ago, I'm going to send you some stuff. You're welcome anytime that you would like. We love Dustin around here.
Thank you, Rebrand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for this one. 10 gifts or 10 memberships. We haven't done too much for memberships yet, but there's a couple little things that you guys can look into.
Yeah, there's a couple
little
of
videos.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
At least one of them is worth watching.
Yes, one of them is definitely worth watching.
This is the Gypsy Files podcast. Yes, 1970. This is unfortunately the Gypsy Files podcast. Thank you so much, Claire Power. Thank you, Lisbeth.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
6 months is a long time.
Yeah.
Because we weren't this interesting 6 months ago. We didn't have that much going on. Became a YouTube member. Thank you so much, Diana.
Yeah.
Diana girl. I was just thinking about the other one. Carolina girl. It takes a village to cancel a demon.
Yes, it does. Thank you for helping us.
And thank you for sharing the videos with us that we didn't get. Thank you. We really genuinely, we appreciate you. And it's not about who gets what. It's just about who puts what out, and or
It
not who
just-
put. It's about the fact that it is out. That's what I
Yes.
meant to say. My bad.
Yes.
We're just thankful that it's all out because
Yeah.
she just needs to be
Exposed.
exposed and understood.
Thank you,
Robin.
Robin.
Thank you.
Can't even speak
Look at
Robin.
this. At this angle, like my face looks like not symmetrical at all. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this way because it's more my side. Sorry, I was looking at how. Yikes. Anyway, thank you so much, Jada.
Thank you.
Turn this way. My face looks really symmetrical.
Tiffany Black.
Tiffany Black. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Regina.
you, Regina.
Thank you.
And Cheyenne.
Yeah.
And then thank you, Steffi girl.
Hey.
So mad shout outs to everybody. I saw
Mhm.
somebody in the comments say Kaylin TN says GRB Snark.
Yep.
That is a great place where I found a lot
Lots
of stuff.
Yeah.
So people like to say what they say about Reddit and agree or disagree with certain things, but Reddit has their stuff on lock,
Mhm.
even if it's not related to Gypsy Rose.
That reminds me, if anybody wants to help me build up my subreddit on the Cash Road killings or the Lawton serial killer, go look up the Cash Road killings. I think it's in my bio on here. If not, I'll put it in there. But we're really trying to move into learning more about that. I did put in a FOIA for the first victim, but I have to send it to another county because she was found in another county, but was from a different county. So we'll see. I've also been told that other people have tried to put in and they didn't get anything. We'll see. But we're at least going to try and start with the foundation of the FOIAs on this case. But if we can't, we'll do what we can. So we thank everybody for being here and just hanging out with us and learning along with us. And I hope that everybody has a blessed evening. And please go out and do something good to change the world for the better. Please.
Yeah. Everyone have a great night. Thank
Bye,
you for
everybody.
joining us.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up, stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.